To all who come to this place of joy, hope, and friendship, welcome. Epcot is inspired by Walt Disney's creative vision. Here, human achievements are celebrated through imagination, wonders of enterprise, and concepts of a future that promises new and exciting benefits for all. May Epcot Center entertain, inform, and inspire, and above all, may it instill a new sense of belief and pride in man's ability to shape a world that offers hope to people everywhere. And that is from the dedication here at Epcot on October 24th, 1982, 23 days after opening day of Epcot Center. Here on October 1st, 1982, exactly guys, 38 years ago today. 38 years ago. Pretty amazing. Older than me. But not older than this guy.
Not by much. Not by much.
Steve's with us, guys.
What's up, guys?
Steve from Steve's World. So happy to be here today on what is the birthday of Epcot. The 38th anniversary of what we're going to refer to as Epcot Center today, guys. So excited. Excited to be here and take you around. Thought it would be fun today to come and just spend a relaxing time kind of strolling around and just enjoying Epcot and talking about Epcot of today, the Epcot of the future, and also talking about the past. What isn't here anymore? What used to be here? I want to hear from you guys in the chat some of the stuff that maybe you guys got to experience that I never got to, or it's just too young and don't remember a lot of it. So really excited to bring you guys along and just have a fun time hanging out here in Epcot. So let's do this. You ready, Steve?
Yeah, I'm trying to mute this so it doesn't.
So I'll be the first to admit, I love history, and I love Walt Disney history and history of the parks and this whole company. But I don't know everything. And I've been doing some more Epcot research recently, and I got a lot of fun facts and just cool little tidbits about the park here and about the history of the park, and we'll talk about that as we go around today. But I'm not going to, I can promise you I don't have it all memorized. So bear with me as we go around.
90% of it.
Some of it. Yeah, 90%. We'll say 90%. But I don't get dates. I don't have all the dates memorized, you know? There's so many dates of things that when they've changed and all of that. And we start inside the park, guys, but decided today that we would run outside and read the dedication plaque, because what an awesome thing. A lot of people, you don't even really take the time to stop and read that dedication plaque, but to do it when on a day like today, when it was exactly 38 years ago that was actually read here, pretty awesome. And man, it's funny because a lot has changed here at the entrance to Epcot, but some things are reverting, like with the monoliths, which is really interesting to think that here 38 years later we're seeing what are back to kind of the original fountain is going back into place. And you look at those pictures from the opening day celebrations, pretty awesome to see that coming back. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for Epcot. Welcome to 1982. Yes, guys, so again, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm really excited for tonight. I hope all of you are excited too. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time. Here, I'll talk to you. Every time that we go live. And also, smash that thumbs up if you're excited and you love Epcot and you want to have some fun around here tonight. So, trying to reconnect. That's weird.
I gotta get past the ad. Hang on.
I'm showing full signal.
I am showing us moving.
All right. Maybe we just had a lag. Oh wow, we dropped down to 300 watching. So maybe everyone's hitting refresh.
Oh, now you're talking.
All right, guys. We could have some issues tonight. YouTube has been having some significant issues over the last couple days. So
I showed you over there.
Yeah, because I have an absolute full signal. No issues with speed. So if you have any issues, make sure to hit that refresh button and hopefully we come back.
They say we're back.
Awesome. So if it happens again, guys, just let everyone know in the chat. YouTube is being mean. So as we make our way over here to the what we call the east side of Future World. There's a lot that has changed on the east side of Future World. You got Future World East, Future World West. You have what originally was Communicore out in the middle, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But, you know, while East and West have changed over the years, the majority of the change has come here on the east side of Future World.
My first trip was in 1999, and this has changed so much since then.
Just since 1999.
Let alone all the stuff everybody talks about that I didn't get to experience.
Yeah. So as we walk here, coming up on what used to be Universe of Energy, or Ellen's Energy Adventure, as it changed to a lot of history here. This was another opening day attraction as Universe of Energy. Man, and you can see in there now, so different than it was then. I really loved, oh, let me take it back. I'm not gonna say loved. I enjoyed Universe of Energy. It was so dated, even by the time, like, from when I can remember actually doing it and spending time, it was already significantly dated. But I had a good time. It was so different. It was such a different attraction compared to anything else in the park. But it did. Opening day here with the park, Universe of Energy open. But what I wanted to see was the date of when it changed over to Ellen's Energy Adventure. Do we have that here, Steve? Let's see.
I'm on the first one.
Because I was reading an article about there was some interesting stuff. Let's see here. Here it is. Ellen's Energy Adventure. Here you go. So yeah, by the early 90s, the show was getting dated. So this was the original Universe of Energy. This was before Ellen was added to it, and they needed to change it. So they ended up adding Ellen and Alex Trebek and Bill Nye, if you guys remember, and created Ellen's Energy Adventure, and which has now been ripped down, or at least cleared out and gutted, and is making way for what will be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which probably be around a long time.
Around a long time.
Ellen's changed on September 15th of 1996. It changed to Ellen's Universe of Energy.
Yes.
And it ran until August 13th of 2017.
And here's the cool thing, guys. August 13th, 2017, Stephanie and I were standing right here on that day. The day that Ellen's Energy Adventure closed, me and Stephanie were standing right here in a line. That day was funny. The line to get in here wrapped all the way around over under these trees. I mean, this used to be a walk in, sit down, watch the video. You didn't have to wait in a line, and then you get into this, what was an insane ride vehicle. Do you remember these ride vehicles?
Oh yeah.
They were like the size of like I called them like church pews on a ride vehicle. They were humongous.
And they were like the Great Movie Ride, but
way bigger. Yeah, way bigger. And they were on these big turntables. Yep. It was insane. But there was a line to get in on that final day because everyone wanted to ride Ellen's Energy Adventure for the last time. And Stephanie and I hung out and waited and officially walked out those two sets of doors right there at the exit for the last ride of the day. The final ride here on Ellen's Energy Adventure. We got to do that day in August 17th, you said, right? Of 2007.
August
13th of 17.
2017.
Yes, we were that last ride. So pretty cool. We really wanted to do that, and yes, got in line and got on that last ride of the day. But a lot has changed since then, and I cannot wait to see what Guardians turns into. It's going to be awesome. Probably one of the most significant changes here in a long time, what has happened here, at least since what happened to Horizons, what we'll talk about. But that is a significant addition to the park. So really awesome.
If you think about the gravity of what you just said, too, of all the people in the world and all the people that want to ride something like that, you were the last one.
In the last group.
In the last ride.
And I got pictures. Guys, I was telling Steve, it's a lost vlog. Me and Steph took tons of video footage. I remember when I kind of like, when you exited off of those vehicles, I went to the back of the room and kind of stood there and waited for other people to move. That way I could be one of the last out of the room, but also because I wanted to get video footage of all the ride vehicles sitting in that loading room in that theater. And So I remember waiting and people were going out, and I got video footage of it pretty much completely empty after the last people left. And actually the cast members were in there like taking pictures and stuff. Like they weren't even rushing me out. They were just like, we're hanging out in here too, you know, taking pictures because it's the last one of the day.
I mean, that thing was around for, what is it, 21 years?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time to be dedicated to something and then to see it go away. They're going to want a special memento or something at the end of it too.
Yeah. Well, before we talk about this this beast here in front of us, we'll take a left over here. Again, so much changed and has changed over the years here on the east side. But over here, which is now being eclipsed even by the new Guardians show building back there. And you can't get very close now because of all the walls. But when we look back here, we can see the Wonders of Life Pavilion, which I will be completely honest, guys, this is one, out of all of my my years coming to Disney, the Wonders of Life Pavilion and what was Horizons are the ones that I don't have any true memories of. I really don't. I mean, I've been in this attraction, or in the attractions in here, sorry, in the building, but I don't remember the actually being on the attractions. Being such a fan, I've watched a lot of video footage of the rides, but I don't remember actually ever doing it and going on the attractions that were in here. But a little history about this pavilion behind us here. A lot of what it's been used for today has been space for when we're having the festivals and all of that, to be kind of like the festival center. But originally this was the Wonders of Life Pavilion, which you hear a lot about because it contained a couple significant attractions, being Body Wars and Cranium Command. The pavilion did not open with the park in 1982. So Wonders of Life Pavilion did not open until October 19th, 1989. So was that a good 7 years? 7 years after the park opened.
7 years and 18
I know how
days.
to do math.
You do.
After the park opened, and this was it was originally sponsored by MetLife. If you remember, all the attractions had sponsors back then. That's how this all worked. Kind of that whole. Oh yeah, the Snoopy. Go ahead, tell them about Snoopy.
What's that?
Go ahead, tell them about Snoopy. Do you know about Snoopy inside?
The radio-controlled blimp.
Yes, the radio-controlled blimp of Snoopy inside, which is really cool. The crazy thing about this is that groundbreaking started a year earlier in January, so it only took a year to build. And when it started, there was a ceremony where Goofy actually like lit a stick of dynamite and started the construction, which is kind of crazy. But this pavilion, and this kind of blew my mind, back in 1989, this building cost $100 million. $100 million to complete the Wonders of Life Pavilion. The Wonders of Life Pavilion. Yeah, $100 million, guys. How insane is that? It seems that just seems crazy to me. It's a lot of money in 1989. It's a lot of money today, but 1989, $100 million. And I wish that we could get back there and see what still remains, because I think there's still some of the base of one of the original signs that was back there. But yeah, Body Wars and Cranium Command, two different types of attractions here in this pavilion, and just a lot of history. When did they close? When did they close?
Technically, it's not closed.
No, when did the attractions close? Let's see. Wonders of Life 89. Recently over Christmas.
The last Body Wars ride was January 1st.
It was
2007?
Yep, 2007. And then that was the end. But it was only opening seasonally at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, ask Backdoor Disney, where's Buzzy? Yeah, Buzzy was stolen, guys. So anyway, a lot of history here, and definitely excited now because of the future. The future of that attraction is going to now be the... Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. It's going to be the new Play Pavilion. You want to be on stream?
Yes.
All right. I love your shirt, by the way. That's awesome. Where are you guys from?
Chicago. I'm Annette.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Craig.
Nice to meet you guys. His shirt's amazing, too.
And hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Are you Annette in chat?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
guys.
So where did you get your shirts? Because everyone in the chat's going to wonder.
Probably Fury. Probably.
They're both amazing. I love them.
We went old old school.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's so nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
You having a
Really
good time in the park?
Yes, we actually are here. This is going to be our bonus day today, actually.
Nice.
We're here for 8 days.
Very cool.
Doing some research.
Nice.
Possibly moving down.
Well, welcome
Oh,
to the
me too.
the 38th
too.
anniversary of Epcot.
Thank you. I was so happy to be here today.
It's so cool. It really is.
We
The-
did walk on to pretty much everything we wanted.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was amazing.
It's weird. It's been coming in waves.
Hi, everybody.
Everyone's saying hi, and they love someone says sick portal shirt. So they love your shirt. They're both awesome.
Oh, thank
Is it your
you.
anniversary?
Yes.
Happy anniversary.
Happy
Thank you.
anniversary! I never pay attention to the buttons.
Get a
Thank
look
you
at
for your
that.
yeah.
And that's an
fine.
old school button apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, people have said, "Hey, a nice button, a nice classic button." I didn't really pay attention.
Well,
So,
congratulations.
Nice, thank you.
Glad you're
Thank you
able
very
to spend your anniversary here in the
much.
parks.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We
We were at
said
Magic Kingdom yesterday. So.
yes,
Cool.
and we were supposed to be here in March, but we said, okay, we're going to see how the rest of the year
Yeah.
goes.
But you've helped us get through it.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
all of you
We watch your
guys
stuff,
have
and
been
we watch-
really
we watch
great
Steve all the time.
watching you and
I
Steve.
appreciate that very
And
much.
all of the streamers have been like, it really is. It's pulled everybody through. So
That's awesome.
Hats
I
on back to all
appreciate
of
that.
guys.
You got it.
We can't do it without people like you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, if
been
you weren't
fun,
watching.
because it definitely makes those bad days go by quickly, especially when you're working at home, crammed on the table with
Yeah.
computers.
I love your Halloween mask too. It's got little
Thank
Mickeys
you.
on it.
Yes, I finally found one that fits. So, can we do a quick photo?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
We take it
Well,
for
I
you.
know we'll do it
You're
distantly.
you get in.
Yeah,
Oh. Quick, do a real quick one.
I know. It's like we're smiling underneath.
Got it. Thanks.
You got it.
Thank you guys.
It was so nice
much.
meeting you.
Yes.
Nice meeting
Yes,
Keep up
thanks
the
for
great
stopping
work.
by. I
You guys.
appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
You got
Nice
it.
meeting you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, guys, there were a couple super chats here. I don't want to miss them. Herschel, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, hey, Cory, I'm using my husband account. My Margie says to Steve I get say to Steve for me. So I think you're saying say hi to Steve.
Yeah, that's Margie Linney. Is she's on her husband's account? Her
Got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that
Margie?
$5 super chat. And Disney Up Boiler up with a $2 super chat. Tell Steve not to forget my Rice Krispie treat.
I know. Send it to me on Twitter. There was a long one. It had a bunch of stuff involved. So send it to me on Twitter so I don't forget.
And Jody Jim's Emporium with a $4.99 super chat that says, love a birthday celebration. I was born in 1982 and hope to spend my 40th at Disney in 2022. Please get a celebratory snack or drink on me. Thank you so much, Jody. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat and for the support, guys. Thanks so much for all of that. And now, Steve, where are we? We are here at Mission Space.
Yes.
Which was not always Mission Space. So this is probably the area that most people really are probably the most sad about. And one of the, when I said that over here with Universe of Energy and the change into what is now going to be this insane roller coaster, the largest indoor roller coaster in the world, that's a huge change to the landscape here and a huge change to this side of Epcot. But before that, this was probably the other most biggest change ever here on this side of Epcot, and that was the demolition of Horizons and the building of Mission Space. So everyone loves Horizons. So everyone that I know, again, this is why I wish so badly that I was born like 10 years earlier and I could have enjoyed Horizons as much as so many of you.
You were born in plenty of time to enjoy this attraction.
I was too young.
No.
I was too young.
You were 13 when it closed.
I don't remember it.
It was January of 1999.
I know, but I must not have ever. I just don't remember ever riding.
But here's the thing, though. You were here. You were alive and in Florida at the time.
But
my first trip to Disney was December of '99. So this was gone before I hear so much about it. Never made it down here before.
Oh, I've seen it on YouTube. I've watched plenty of videos. I'm just saying, I wish I can remember like experiencing in person. But yeah, Horizons, guys, what an amazing attraction it was. A huge building. Not as big as some of the other buildings here, but it was a really cool design too. I love going back and looking at the architecture of Horizons. Horizons was an opening day attraction? No, it was not.
It was a birthday attraction.
Oh yeah, yeah. 1 year,
Yes.
right? 1983, on October 1st, 1983 is when Horizons opened, which is really, really interesting that exactly 1 year later, it's like, hey, the park's been open for a year. Now we're going to open Horizons. And that's pretty cool. What other cool facts, Steve, about Horizons?
The original name was not supposed to be Horizons.
Was the, what was it?
It was Century 3
Oh, yeah, I remember this. Go ahead and tell
to
them why.
celebrate America's tricentennial.
Pretty cool.
That's what it was supposed to be about. But then they said, nah, Horizon sounds better.
And then there's the whole New Horizons song.
Which is kind of, I love the part when you go back to Epcot Forever.
Yeah.
It brings that music into Epcot Forever. The if we can dream it, then we can do it part. That is the best part of Epcot Forever, is it brings back a lot of the old attraction musics and pays a little homage to them.
So when you read about this, it's kind of interesting. They said General Electric was the sponsor up until September 30th of 1993. And it says that the attraction finally closed for good. It was January 9th of 1999.
Well, after GE
it was
dropped
good.
the
Yeah, it was
sponsorship,
closed for
dropped
2 years. That's really, really interesting. Have you ever heard of any other attraction in Walt Disney World doing that? Like, it lost the sponsor, so then they just closed the doors. It was closed for 2 years and then reopened. Like, just having an attraction that takes up all of this real estate, closed for a couple of years, and then reopen. Like, how weird is that? It's unheard of.
Yes.
Without doing any kind of like remodel or something, it was just closed. But then, yeah, eventually closed in January 9th of 1999.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember hearing reports about the sinkhole and structural issues with the roof. There's some people who claim that that is real, but there has never been anything released by Disney to prove that that's in fact what happened, that there was a sinkhole issue that made the building unsafe or anything. They just wanted to demolish it to build this. What is Mission Space? And I'm really interested to hear here in the chat. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Not on the stream. Give a thumbs up only on the stream. But in the chat, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you enjoy Mission Space. This is one of those love it or hate it type of attractions. What is your thoughts, Steve?
I love it, but I love that even more.
Oh, you like the orange?
I love the orange.
Well, this changed recently too. The green mission was changed and became more of a. I remember listening to at the D23 Expo, sitting there and listening to them talk about how the green mission was changing, and they talked about it being like soaring over the earth.
Yep.
And it is. It's cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy both of them. I will admit that every once in a while, when I ride it, I feel a little bit off for a little bit after. I don't normally get motion sickness, but I do feel off. So many thumbs down, which is really interesting, you know? Just the thought of it, just the thought of what this attraction is and how it would function, you would know right away that they took an attraction like Horizons, who was this omni-mover type attraction that basically appeals to anybody, and replaced it with something that was going to appeal to a very small fraction of guests, which I think is really interesting. I mean, you could say that with like Ellen's Energy too. You're putting a roller coaster, but that attraction was dead. You know, it was not many people were visiting. People aren't coming to Epcot to ride Ellen's Energy Adventure, but they will come to Epcot to ride the new Guardians roller coaster.
And I think what they put here is something pretty incredible. It took a lot of technology to do, but people are scared of what they're going to feel like when they come off of it.
Well, yeah, people get motion sickness, and that's kind of an
And it will
extreme
create
motion sickness.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of thumbs down. A lot of thumbs down of people saying that they do not enjoy that attraction, and that's completely understandable. Thank you so much, Philip, for the $10 super chat. We appreciate that so much. On to World of Motion, Steve. Amy Tompkins with a $4.99 super chat that says, "Hi, Cory. Been a few weeks. Looking forward to tonight's stream. We should be there now, meeting you. Hopefully next year. Take care." Thank you so much, Amy. And Gail with the $20 super chat that says, "For a snack for you both." Thank you so much. Gail, we appreciate that. And you can't see it very good. Let's see when we look around the corner over here. We'll talk about Space 220 before we move over here to
That's going to be amazing.
Test Track. You know me, I love food, guys. Cannot wait for Space 220. Really not a lot to see. You know, you look back here, you can see the building, but it's going to be the restaurant building. That rounded wall there that you see, that's the exterior of the big kind of like rounded theater with all the windows that are looking out into space. It's going to be an awesome restaurant, very themed. I just hope that the food's good. You know, it's one of those things that the experience could be awesome and be very like visually awesome, and then you go and the food not be good. That'll kill it. But
well, that's also supposed to be, they're supposed to be bringing international food from around the world, just like you were actually shared in the International Space Station.
Well, it'll be awesome. I hope so. I certainly hope so. All right, guys, let's talk about this behemoth right here, which is, it's really cool. A very interesting building. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it's really interesting to go look at basically the blueprint of the track layout here inside of this building for Test Track. It's really neat. It's just awesome the way it's laid out. The building is a giant circle and it's huge. And the cool thing is, those of you who are younger and don't know all the history, this was not the original ride that was here. This started with World of Motion, and World of Motion was an opening day attraction. I think I got that one right.
But we had another one that closed before I was able to make it.
What, World of Motion?
Yep.
World of Motion it's a little description, offered tongue-in-cheek look at the history of transportation utilizing over 150 audio animatronic figures. You know, I don't know how many are in Spaceship Earth, but 150, that's a lot of audio animatronic figures. It had 22 scenes, and it was about 14 minutes long, which was a significant attraction. It was sponsored by General Motors, and there's actually a lounge, guys, those of you who don't know. So it's right up there behind that glass. And they still use it, I believe, as I think you can go up there if you're like retired, if you're a retired GE employee, but also, yeah, I think so. Also, if you are on like Veterans Day, I think they do like a veterans can go up there or something. I don't remember. I wish I knew more about that.
I know nothing.
But there's a lounge up there that I've never been in. Always wanted to go in. Someone knows how to get me in there. I'd love to go check out that lounge. But again, back on the whole the whole size of this thing, 318 feet in diameter, 60 feet high, and it's all covered in stainless steel. That's probably one of the most eye-catching parts of this building, is that it's all covered in stainless steel. It works perfect for Test Track, absolutely perfect, but really, really awesome. And you can see, looking back over from the World Showcase up here at this building, it's just super awesome. And again, one of those that, just like Steve, I don't remember this.
There's a difference between don't remember and not able to see.
So when did this close?
1996.
1996. I'm trying to get you, Steve.
Oh,
He's running away. So World of Motion closed here January 2nd of 1996 and replaced by Test Track. Test Track went through two different versions too.
Yep. This actually, I don't think they were going to reopen up World of, Body, or what's that one we just came from? The
Horizons.
Horizons. I don't think they were going to open that back up, but when this closed down in 96 to make way for it, that's when Horizons opened back up after its 2-year absence.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. And, you know, if any of you who know the history of the World's Fair, too, you know that that World of Motion was another one of those attractions that came out of the 1964-1965 World's Fair out in New York. So pretty cool. And I love this building. I just think it's such a cool piece of architecture and fits Future World for sure. But like I said, so much when you think about how much has changed over here on this side from opening day. I mean, there's changes over on the west side too, but this east side, it is nothing. It is nothing like what it was back in 1982 and for many years after Epcot opened. It's just not the same as what it was. The Mother and Daughter Magic, thank you for the $9.99 super chat that says, have a great day at Epcot. Always a great way to relax after work. watching your streams. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Sherry, thank you for the $25 super chat that says loving the history. Thanks for another great stream. You're very welcome. Thank you. And MY with the $19.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that.
It's Mary.
What's that?
MY is Mary.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the translation, Steve.
You're welcome.
Mary, thank you.
This
What's that?
that side.
I don't know where that's going. You've made a wrong turn, sir. We get another view of that of the test track building, or I guess we could always refer to it as the World of Motion building, right? Because that's what it was built for.
Again, it's always going to be test track to me, just because I wasn't here before then.
I want to talk about the Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Yeah, look at this building here. That's so awesome.
I will say right now that my favorite thing in Epcot currently is inside this building.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we'll go in there then. Why not?
Why not?
Do you have the information that I pulled about the Odyssey? I got it somewhere, I just don't know where. Because there is some interesting history here. I'll tell you guys, when I was doing research on restaurants and reading, I found old menus for restaurants around Epcot here. I'm going to tell you right now, the food used to be better than it is today. It definitely used to be better than what it is today. So Odyssey, guys, this building right here, which has been used for many things over the years. Right now, it is the Epcot Experience, yes. But it was also used to host festival merchandise, special events, a lot of different things over the years related to festivals. But that's not what it was originally built for. It was originally a restaurant. That closed actually July 30th of 1994, but it was a restaurant, and I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. Was it just like the Odyssey restaurant? I thought I had that information right here, but I guess I don't. The restaurant closed. Oh, there it is. Where?
Odyssey Complex.
Yeah, it was just called the Odyssey Complex, and it always had guest services and first aid and the baby services, but it was a multi-level food restaurant that was over here kind of in between Future World and the World Showcase. The really interesting thing is that it just stopped getting traffic. People stopped coming over here to eat, and they didn't get enough business, so they ended up closing it. It was just in a weird location. A lot of people didn't do the cut through or wouldn't make the trip over once they were in the World Showcase, so they wouldn't come here to eat. So it closed. I have actually been, they actually still prepare some of the food in here for some of the festivals. I know now that you can actually get food in here too, but even when it was closed, they were still utilizing the kitchen in here to make pretzels. I thought that I heard one time that all the pretzels in Epcot were made right here.
I don't know if they're all made in here, especially the ones from Germany. They might be.
Oh, they could be special back in Germany.
The food and wine before it came back, the Epcot Experience during food and wine, this used to be the craft beer.
They did that a little bit. Yep, they did that. But it is, so this was another quick service restaurant. It was not a full service restaurant, but I have seen a lot of cool pictures of special events that have happened in here with some really well-known old former Disney executives and stuff, because there's a little stage that used to be in there, but they completely remodeled it all when they turned it into the Epcot Experience, which we'll go look at right now, because you can't talk about the history of Epcot and certainly not the future of Epcot without going into the Epcot Experience, where we can preview what will be the future of Epcot. Also house the cast member cafeteria. Yes, there's one here, and there's also one back on the where was it? The other side of is it Norway, I believe? Or China. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. It smells like popcorn in here. All right, what is it? You said your favorite thing. One of your this sign.
The Epcot Experience.
The Epcot Experience is awesome.
This thing is my favorite thing here at Epcot right now. I hope they never get rid of something like this.
Always having an experience here. I think at some point they may be able to utilize this area for something more.
Hey, thanks for coming, everyone. Vous serez toujours les bienvenus, chérie. À bientôt et voilà.
As the day fades and dusk turns to night, Epcot comes to life in a global celebration of Disney music.
Alright guys, we've seen this show a lot, but I think that it's important today, on the 38th anniversary of Epcot, to at least stay for just another minute and see the clip that started it all. The clip where Walt talked about what his vision was for Epcot, which isn't what we have today, but we would not have anything here today if it wasn't for Walt.
Dreams. These are the sparks that make us who we are. When we share these sparks with each other, it can be magical. Welcome to a place that celebrates the magic of possibility and always has, right from the very beginning.
In fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot.
You know, I sometimes wonder what Walt would have thought of Epcot, you know? Today, today, I think he would be proud of what it became and how popular it became, and just seeing people here and having a good time. I think there would have been a point in time when he may not have been very happy with not getting his original vision, and but have fought tooth and nail as hard as he could to try and get his vision. He'd have just been like, Roy, you can do it. And Roy would have been like, no, there's no way, you're crazy. There's no way we're building what you want to. Why? It's a whole city with a dome over top of it that everyone lives in. There's no problem at all. I think he would have been a little upset and fought hard to try and get that, but I don't know that it could have ever actually evolved into what he really wanted it to truly be. And I love Epcot. I'm so happy we have it, and it's one of those things when you really think about that. You think about everything that led to what we have here today, and that it was all because of him, which is insane to think about, and really kind of emotional and sad to think about that he never got to see any of it. Never got to see any of what it actually became. But so happy that we actually got it, that we have Epcot. So many good memories here. It's an awesome place. Some cool facts, guys. Really, really cool facts about Epcot that I thought were kind of neat. Some of them you probably already know. Just about a little bit about the history here. So we all know, we talked about Epcot opening this day in 1982, but it only took 3 years to build. The first version of what we see here is Epcot. 3 years to build, and at the time it was known as the largest construction project on planet Earth. When they were building out Epcot, it was huge, because a lot of people don't realize, but Epcot is big. The property here is large. It's actually twice the size of Magic Kingdom.
I did not know that until today.
Spanning over 300 acres. Epcot's huge. When you know, a lot of people don't really they don't really think about how vast and huge the World Showcase is, and all of it together. It's large. It's a large.
A lot of what you don't see in the World Showcase too is everything that goes behind. You only see the front entryways, but when you get into those entryways, everything opens up.
Yeah, exactly, and it's huge. The other thing that's really interesting is Epcot is the world's 6th most visited theme park, which is really interesting because those of you who may or may not know, Magic Kingdom is the most visited theme park in the world, which is so crazy how many people come in and out of Magic Kingdom every year. But according to a census from 2015, there's been over 12 million guests come through Epcot since opening day till now. 12 million people, which is pretty remarkable. We know how big this parking lot is. It's insane. It's been known as one of the largest parking lots in the world, and it can accommodate 11,211 vehicles, and it's over 140 acres. It's huge, so huge. And it is used oftentimes here in Florida for hurricanes. If we're gonna have a giant hurricane come through Central Florida, it is a perfect staging site for all of the electrical companies. So I don't know if you guys know, but when we have hurricanes, one of the worst things that happen, other than, you know, the damage that happens to people's homes and stuff, but one of the things that's pretty widespread is power outages. And so in preparation for that, power crews will come from all over the country to come in to help to get power restored quickly. And so they'll come in actually before the storm, so their trucks are here, and the Epcot parking lot is used to house all of those vehicles. So I've seen news footage of it before storms where the entire entire sections of the Epcot parking lot covered in FPL trucks. Wow, it's pretty cool. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, absolutely. What's your name?
My name's Chunky.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Okay. Here, 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
You got it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure finally getting
Yes.
to meet
You want to say hi?
I do.
Everyone
Hello.
say hi. What was your name again?
My name is Taylor.
Taylor.
I go
That's
by
it.
21 News.
That's what it was. Got it. Taylor. Well, it's so nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you.
You got a cool shirt. I like that.
Yes, I'm prepared. I came prepared.
That's awesome. You having a good night tonight?
I am.
Very
Yes.
cool. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for stopping and
You're
saying
welcome.
hi. I really appreciate it. And I like your mask too.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your night here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cory.
have a good one. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, back here in the middle. Oh man, it looks so different now. Look how empty it is over here. Guys, there's nothing anymore. It's getting so low compared to over here. I think it's time that we talk about, what are we gonna talk about, guys? Communicore. We're gonna talk about the Communicore. Who remembers Communicore?
Again, not me.
Not me. No one knows? No one knows? Or no, a lot of people know what Communicore is.
This closed. This only lasted 8 years.
Yup.
It closed before any of the other attractions we talked about closed.
So I remember Donna says, "Of course you do, Donna." I was given some time. Did you bring up the document that I had for Communicore stuff?
The special one or this one?
Well, the interesting thing is, guys, so a lot of you know this area as Interventions. So you had Interventions West and Interventions East, or Interventions, I guess most recently you could just call it Mouse Gear and the building that smells like diapers with Club Cool in it. The diaper building with Club Cool. You know, it's a...
That building's special, though.
Well, it's gone now,
It
sorry.
is, but that right there is the site of where I won the Beverly Championship.
Oh, Steve was the
It was
Beverly
not a good-
champion.
I don't know if I won or not.
It's crazy. Isn't it crazy to think about, though, when you think about like the history of everything?
And that building is, you can see the face of it
yes,
torn off now.
that building that was there, that was part of that housed the infamous Beverly Challenge, is gone and started as Communicore.
If I recall, who was the first one out of that challenge?
Wasn't myself.
Wasn't it yourself?
No, I don't
Or
think
was it
so.
a combo of two people?
Hey, if me and Dev went out on the same round, he was definitely the first.
Okay, so you finished second.
He was definitely the first. So Communicore, guys, is actually these two buildings, the east and west. A lot of people thought that they were like exact mirrors of each other, but they weren't. And they were both used to feature exhibits and serve as additional space for the pavilion sponsors. So, you know, each of the different pavilions had their sponsors, Exxon, AT&T, and they could have kind of additional space to show off their stuff. That was a big part of what this used to be. And I remember as a kid, I remember Communicore. I remember the big computer room of Communicore. I think that was, I forget what it was called. It was like the what did they call it? Epcot Computer Central. I remember that, and I remember coming and checking out those. And we used to come on field trips. Epcot was a place to come on field trips to learn not only about the countries and go around the World Showcase, but we would come on field trips to go around Future World and learn from all the exhibits in Future World, which have been gone for a very long time. There's always still been a little bit of the sprinkling in there, but not what you remember from like FutureCom and the Expo Robotics and all of that stuff. But I know a lot of you probably remember that. But yeah, originally Communicore. And when did it change over? The two buildings, again, not totally symmetrical. One really interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people know is that there were plans. At some point, there were plans to actually add a Wedway people mover loop that went through both of the Communicore buildings on East and West and did actually a loop around Future World here. Wouldn't that have been awesome? Wouldn't it have been awesome to have a Epcot monorail or an Epcot
Look,
people mover?
So I wasn't a big fan of the people mover.
What?
But it's growing on me. We've talked about this. I took a 15-year gap between rides. But now that I love it so much, I think they should have put it in every park.
Wouldn't that have been cool,
It would
though?
have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that would have been really neat to have a people mover in both parks. But it's kind of interesting to say that, you know, the buildings were built pretty tall, and that a lot of people think that that's why, because of those original plans to have the people mover going through the second floor and looking down onto those exhibits. So one of the articles that I found explains why the ceilings were so high in those the interior walkways, because they were planning to do something in there and just never did. But Communicore East and West closed on January 31st of 1994, and it was remodeled into Interventions, and that didn't open until July of 1994. So a lot of history here. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
You guys want to say hi?
Of course.
All right, guys. Where are you guys from?
North Carolina.
And your names?
Ian.
Ian and Boyce.
Two Ians.
No, Ian and Boyce.
Oh, Boyce.
Sophia.
And Sophia. So nice to meet you guys.
We met you back in July at Universal with Josh
Oh,
on the
yes.
bridge by Hogwarts.
You are the app guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
See? Good memory. Good memory. That's how I remember you, because I remember Josh saying the app guy.
Yep.
So nice to see you guys again.
I'm forever calling you the app guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
You
nickname, huh?
you having a good trip?
Yep. Unfortunately, it's coming to an end, but
Oh, that's unfortunate. The weather the last few days has been nice.
yes.
Yeah, like, but I mean, you got similar weather. to what
Fortunately,
we
the
got.
hottest day we were at Discovery Cove, so
Oh, there you go.
yeah, it wasn't.
And the
bad.
swimming with the dolphins.
Yes.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Really? It's something that I've never done and always thought it would be a fun thing to take the... What do you think about taking like smaller kids? Like 5-6-year-olds?
I think they would have just as good of an experience.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I definitely want to give it a try sometime. It's a unique experience,
Yeah,
you know?
Even in the reef, there's shallow areas where all the waves and everything come up to you. So,
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad you guys have had a fun trip. That's awesome.
It's not
Indeed.
exactly ideal going under with a snorkel and trying to breathe though. I tried that and got my mouth full of salt.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe when you're completely under. You got to keep the snorkel above
We
water.
should make the snorkels
But there
longer.
was this giant ray and it was awesome.
Yeah, to get down there and see it. That's awesome.
For sure.
Cool.
So then you get back to
It was nice. It was so nice to see you guys. Thanks for stopping and saying hi. Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, we met them and oh yeah, I forgot to come forward. John and Dana and Laura. I said to tell them hello. Yeah.
Thank you so much to Alexa. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Hello, how are you? What is Communicore? Well, hopefully we answered your question since then about Communicore and about the history of it and how it evolved into Interventions. Donna, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Says this is my weekly shout out to Cory's perfect hair. Hi, Steve. And did you know the donut box is opening there at Epcot tomorrow? Love you guys.
I was eyeballing it as we went by, but I was hoping Dale didn't see me.
Dale didn't see you. That's awesome. Thank you so much to all of you for the super chats. That's awesome. All right, we'll keep making our way around. But really interested to see what ends up becoming of this central area here in Epcot with all of the changes coming and with all of the budget cuts and all that. We just don't know. I don't think anyone really has a clear picture of what's actually going to be there.
The saddest thing for me was the Fountain of Nations with the whole idea of it, bringing in water from different countries. And there was a concept art at one point in time that looked like it might get pushed to the lagoon. But
Well, supposedly they've saved that water and they're going to add it back to the front fountain.
Well, I'm hoping they put this dancing fountain, though, back in there in the lagoon. So it looked like it would, there was a little spot in there into the water where they're going to build, and it looked like it was going to go there, according to concept art, but obviously that was before all this stuff happened. So
thank you again, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate it. If it's your first time here, make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit that notification bell, and also make sure to smash that thumbs up. Helps us out a lot. Lets us know that you're enjoying the stream, having a good time coming around Epcot here with us tonight as we make the transition now into the west side of Future World, where we are greeted by the upside down water fountain, the upside down waterfall.
it needs a better name than that.
So let's talk about oh, we gotta check PayPal here really quick. While we're checking PayPal, Steve,
Yes.
let's talk about the Imagination Pavilion.
Yes.
Because, well, this pavilion, I don't know, guys, if you've seen some of the original concepts for the Imagination Pavilion, but there's some pretty amazing things. Even the Land Pavilion, some really, really cool stuff that was originally planned that didn't actually happen. We won't go into all the detail, but Tony Baxter was involved heavily, and I've seen some of the models. I'm like, holy cow, that would have been awesome. But yeah, Magic Journeys, opening day attraction.
Yep.
Or not?
Yes, it was.
So tell us about it, Steve. Put you on the spot.
Kodak sponsored back then. So it is on October 1st, 1982. The Journey into Imagination ride did not open, though, until March 5th of 1983.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual Magic Journeys was here though, on opening day.
And it was different.
It was different.
When the ride opened, it was not what it is today. It was much, much different with the whole, it's the Dream Finder. And I like going back, I don't know if you guys have listened to it in a while, but go back and listen to the original soundtrack, the music from this ride. It's really fun. I love listening to like Epcot music on a loop and listening back to the original. Imagination music. It's really cool. And have you ever been up here, Steve?
I have been up there.
It's very cool. So this is now a DVC lounge, and you can go up and sit like literally seats right up in here inside of the pyramid. Great views of Spaceship Earth from up there. It's actually beautiful.
I went up there with Miss Donna.
Really?
It is where, yes, that's where you, never mind, that wasn't you.
You can get, it's awesome. It's a DVC lounge. It's really cool.
It's where I went up there with her and a bunch of other people. I think Disney Dan was there.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
You know, one thing that I did not actually put the dates down for, so I don't know when it was, but the history of Captain EO, because you can't come over here and not talk about Captain EO and you know, its history here, because that's something I do remember. I grew up as a big Michael Jackson fan, and I remember coming here and seeing Captain EO here in the theater, which is now the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. But if you can find that out, Steve, I'm really curious. What year was Captain EO added, and what year did Captain EO end?
Well, that's the movie version. There's a movie. Well,
it was actually one of the things I should have looked up a little more about as far as the dates go.
The last day was December 6th, 2015.
Yeah, 2015. See, it wasn't that long ago. It's only 5 years ago that we had Captain EO here. How cool is that?
That's pretty good. It premiered on September 12th, 1986. Oh, that's Disneyland.
1982 EO started. So it started opening year?
Apparently, there are a lot of Captain EO things here because...
Oh, there's a lot of Captain... Captain EOs, yes. Because there was the process was Captain EO, Honey, I Shrunk the... I thought it was Captain EO, then Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. But then did it go back to Captain EO? Someone says 86 through 94. No, EO wasn't 82. I didn't think so. Because, yeah, Michael was way too young. 86, there you go.
86.
Yeah, I thought it was around that time. So 86 to it looks like...
I got the Disneyland one, but I can't find
the early 90s. And then we had... Yeah, you got to find the history of that one. That's the one thing I didn't look up was a little bit more about Captain EO. I was not prepared for that.
Sorry, I failed you, Mr. World.
Steven, find it. It's your job, sir. But it was what was really cool. Yes, it came back after he died. So did that come back here and in Disneyland after he died? In the late 2000s. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's what I thought, that there was a like an anniversary came back. And Honey, I Shrunk the Audience shut down in 2010.
The opening date was September 12th of 1986. It closed on July 6th of 1994. It reopened on July 2nd, 2010.
There you go.
And closed for good December 6th of 2015.
There you go. Yeah. So ran there for a few years in celebration of Michael, or in remembrance of Michael after his death. A huge thank you to, well, first off, huge thank you to Epcot Bob. Thank you, Bob, for the $10 super chat that says, much thanks, Cory, for covering Epcot's 38th and giving us some of its history. Awesome. Hello to Steve, too. And also, Scarlett, thank you so much, Scarlett, for the $4.99 super chat that says, I'm driving from Las Vegas to Orlando, listening to your stream today. What a drive. That is a long drive.
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Wow,
to Orlando.
I hope at least a 2-day trip.
Yeah, I hope you have a fantastic trip. Stay safe, and I'm glad we can help some of that time go by quickly for you. A huge thank you to our good friend John Morgan. Thank you so much, John, for the very generous $100 super chat. Thank you for taking us to Epcot. Been a while since I was able to catch a live stream. Glad you're doing well. Thank you so much, John. We are doing well, and I hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you so much for that $100 super chat. So generous. And Lee with $1.99. Happy birthday, Epcot. Thank you, Lee. So appreciated. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you so much. don't know why. There we go. I love the fountains here. Everyone's saying thank you to John Morgan. Yes, thank you, John.
You remember when the ones used to shoot over the sidewalk and...
They do still, I thought.
They're not moving.
They're not on right now, but they still do. They were not that long ago. The ones that come over from here to here.
You remember when they used to miss too and hit you in the head?
No.
It happened.
It always seemed to work.
Well, you have like this aura around your hair, so nothing would hit you in the head anyway.
That's not true. 1984 watching. Thank you guys so much for being here on the 38th anniversary of Epcot. I know, it's cool. I love synchronized fountains. All right, let's see here. This seems awful. They've been shut off since it reopened. Huh. That's crazy. I hadn't even not even noticed. Or around the hair. People think that's funny.
It is funny. That's why they're...
The water snake. I like that.
That's what it was.
Cory, hope you have cool unknown facts about the mosaics in front of Living with the Land. You know, I wish I did, but I don't. But I do want to talk about the land. The land, there is a lot of history in the Land Pavilion, and very different than what it was opening day here. And still, for all of Future World here, the Land Pavilion is my favorite spot out of everywhere. I mean, I do love, again, Spaceship Earth as an attraction, but I really, really enjoy the Land Pavilion, and it's always been just an awesome place. It's kind of one of those, it's like an illusion. You come in on that second floor, you don't realize how big it is until you're inside there, and there's just a lot going on and a lot of history in there to go talk about. Nikki, thank you for the $24.99 super chat that says, Cory, thank you so much for the awesome stream. I can't tell you how much fun you make my Thursdays. Keep bringing us the magic. By the way, we all know you're closet history teacher. Hashtag live your truth, LOL. I'm not a history teacher, but thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. We've talked before about this location right here, which is kind of funny. With the walls up, you can still get to the very center. And I've heard so many different stories about what this is. Is this the center of Epcot? That doesn't make sense. Is this the center of Walt Disney World property? That's what I've heard the most, is that right here is the absolute center of, at least when it was installed, was the center of the property that was here.
It is no longer.
Property has changed so much, even in the last like 5-10 years, with Disney buying and selling property. But yes, at some point, this was designating the center of something. I'm not going to say that I know for sure what it was, but I think most likely the center of the Walt Disney World property that was here at the time. Hashtag Cory feet. That's what it was.
You know, if we just tell people it was the center of the property, they'll believe it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that I don't know for a fact, because I've never seen like a Disney, something with a official Disney stamp on it that says, yes, this is what this was. Center of the universe. Center of owned property at the time. That's what I thought.
Definitely not anymore.
This is the nerdiest vlog ever, and I love it. Yes, it is. It is so nerdy. I'm sorry, guys. We're not eating stuff. We're not on rides. We're just being nerdy today. Center of the Big Bang Theory.
So I was the biggest nerd in school. I carried all my books with me in a duffel bag. Didn't want to even go to my locker because I was afraid I'd be late to a class.
Really?
Yep.
That's funny.
Fractured my foot in the process because it weighed so much.
All right, really quick, before we head into here, let's, actually, you know what? We're gonna walk over here first. We're gonna take a detour and we'll come back to the land. And before we go into the land, we're gonna go over here and talk a little bit about the seas. But first, thank you so much to Elizabeth for the $10 PayPal. Thank you so much for that PayPal. I really appreciate that. And also to Cassie for the $5 PayPal. Thank you, Cassie. And to Sydney, thank you for the $10 PayPal. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all of that support very, very much. So thank you for that. All right, guys. So before Nemo was here, this was the Living Seas. Was not an opening day attraction. Do you have the date of when the seas open, the Living Seas open?
Well, I had an unbuilt concept up first. Let me pull that up though.
So I'll give you a little more history about it while Steve's looking that up. But probably one of the most interesting facts about the Living Seas here is that it boasts the second largest saltwater tank in the world, which is insane to think about. Most people didn't even think about the seas as being an aquarium, but it is the second largest saltwater aquarium in the world. How's it going?
Awesome, man.
Thank you so much for saying hi. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
Atlanta.
You want to say hi on the stream?
Sure, why not?
All right. What's your name?
I'm Brendo from Atlanta.
Awesome. Well, it's so nice to meet you, and I love your shirt. That's awesome.
Thanks, yeah.
You having a good time?
Trying to.
Yeah?
Little man's keeping us behind.
He looks like he's having fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
Are you having fun, buddy? Look at that. Oh, I love the big smile. That's awesome.
He loves the adventures.
Oh, he's having a blast.
Yep. So.
That's so awesome. Look at him. He's excited, Steve. Oh, don't look at him, though, Steve. He will stop smiling.
I'm sorry. We did too. Look.
Look, he did. He got very straight face.
Let me get behind the hair guy.
Well, it's so nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping and saying hi. I hope you have a great rest of your trip.
Awesome. We subscribe, so we'll watch your stream.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Have a good one. He did not like you, buddy.
He did not. He literally looked over there and went.
He was like the smiliest baby until you looked at him, and he's like, I don't know.
That usually is the opposite.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, just talking about the aquarium here, really, really awesome. 5.7 million, almost 6 million gallons of water, and yeah, second largest saltwater tank in the world. Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So the pavilion itself opened up in 1986
as the Living Seas.
As the Living Seas, and this ride, after the movie, the attraction that's there now opened in 2006.
There you go. And one that's often overlooked. It's tucked back here. You got to kind of make your way. Now it's like a little bit more accessible because of the cut through that comes over from the entrance of the park, and you come right over here by the restaurant and make your way in. You'd have to kind of come across and then cut all the way back here just for the seas.
The restaurant,
but it's cool.
Was back there, and that restaurant is one of the most overlooked restaurants too, and one of the coolest restaurants.
I've never been. Coral Reef?
Oh yeah.
How is
Fantastic. It's incredible.
The food's good.
You sit right in front of the aquarium.
I know you sit in front of the aquarium. I've never really, no one's ever like said the food's awesome
the food
to me.
Is incredible. It's really good. It has a lot of seafood, which I don't eat, but it has a good steak. But even the desserts are all themed. They've got like candy sea turtles, and it's something different than everywhere else that you go in Disney.
That's cool, and a really unique environment.
Yes.
It sounds like. Bear Time with a $20.99 super chat that says, "How sorry am I missed the past 2 streams?" It says, "Forgive me, so cool today. Cory meets Big Bang today, LOL. I hope I can come next year." Well, I hope you get to come next year too, Bear, and thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna have to pick it up, Steve. It's already 6:14. It is already 6:14, and we're just like moseying around. But we need to go check out the land.
Hey,
and
rushes education.
Nobody rushes education. We need to get to the land so that way we can go do a loop around the World Showcase.
Yes.
But let's get in the land. A lot of history in the land, a lot. Opening day pavilion here at the land, and a lot to talk about when we get inside here, that's for sure. Is that one of the things that's really interesting about the land is that as you come up, you got the sign, you know, this like iconic waterfall sign. The funny thing is, like right underneath, featuring Soarin'. Like Soarin' is the big thing, right? The big push for the land, and was not even here on opening day.
No.
There was no Soarin'. Hey Cory, we'll be in Epcot 5 weeks from today. Hope to see you. Well, if I'm here, I hope to see you. I wish I could say, yes, this is where I'm going to be 5 weeks from now, but to be honest, I have no earthly idea.
I'm going uphill. You do it uphill. You do it uphill first.
I can see you guys in the chat just throwing in history of the land. All right, guys, welcome to the land. I think a good place to stop is right over here, because you can get a little bird's eye view here and talk about some of the history of the Land Pavilion, which is beautiful, by the way, and is not. I mean, the theming inside here, the look inside here has changed over the years, but nevertheless, still beautiful. So I think it makes sense that we just start straight ahead. Actually, let's walk this way. We'll do this loop around and we'll touch on each of these as we go. So the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is so many people love it. And I've been brutally honest about this restaurant because I've never been that impressed. I've never been that impressed with the food over here at Garden Grill, but I know so many of you have really enjoyed Garden Grill, but it's never been one of my favorites. You know, it's one of those. It's a character dining experience. There's Chip and Dale and Mickey right now as we speak. We can see them back there, and it's a unique restaurant in that it rotates during your meal, which is cool. And I've had fun there. I'm not going to say that I haven't had fun, but I will say that it's just never been my favorite dining experience, just because of the food. Like, there's more to a dining experience to me than just a good time. It has to have good food. You're going to eat. But guys, those of you who may not know, it's not always been called Garden Grill. Garden Grill Restaurant originally was Good Turn Restaurant, which, what a name. Good Turn Restaurant.
Is it because it turned?
I guess so, but that really rolls off the tongue, right? It's like they might have well just called it Circle Restaurant. Like the turn, Good Turn Restaurant. Not, I don't know, just really kind of a funny name for a restaurant. Since the pavilion was originally sponsored by Kraft, cheese made an appearance in many of the items, both in the restaurant here and in the food court. An opening day Epcot Center restaurant. The name changed in May 14th of 1986 to Land Grill Room. Again, a weird name. Like, I don't know, I guess marketing just wasn't good back in the 80s. Land Grill Room. I guess a better alternative than Turn Restaurant or Good Turn Restaurant. This is weird, I'm telling you. But anyway, and then went by the name until October 4th of 1993 when they finally, Nestle became the new pavilion sponsor, and they changed the name to Garden Grill, which sounds like a restaurant. Yeah. It sounds like a place you'd want to go eat and not go get your tires rotated.
And it makes sense with the name, too, with what they actually do.
Yeah, it does. And the new menu offered sample size and entree size portions of most of the dishes to help diners make a culinary choice, which this is where it gets interesting, guys. You know me. You know I love food. I'm going to turn around for this one because I'm about to get serious. I was looking at the menu that used to be here back in the early 90s. Why don't we have food like this anymore? Like, there was like red snapper and all kinds of delicious menu items that you could get here, and you could get them in these cool little like sample sizes. You could try different things, and now you go here and you get a plate with like some dried turkey and here. Oh my gosh, a platter for like 50 bucks with a bunch of dry food on it. And none of it tastes good. It was like, it just tasted like nothing. And the worst part about it, here's the icing on the cake, guys. They bring out a salad for the table, right? Looks like a great salad. Had like some strawberries in it and stuff. It looked fantastic. The thing was covered in olives. Like, who brings a salad to a table? It's like bringing a communal pizza to a table that's covered in anchovies. Not everyone likes that, but they brought this giant salad to the table covered in olives.
They're easy to eat around, though.
That was it for me. That was it. In the 90s, though, guys, the early 90s, this place looked awesome. I encourage you, go look at the menu for what this place looked like back then. It looked amazing. I was reading the menu and I'm like, are you kidding me? You could actually get those things here? So cool and really, really different. The history of just this restaurant and the evolution of what ultimately became Garden Grill.
So I've had a dozen reservations here and never have eaten here.
Really?
So the
let's go ahead. Let's walk down these stairs.
The menu does not look appealing.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
But Donna highly recommends it. And then the only thing that possibly made sense to me was the ginormous cinnamon roll at breakfast.
Ah.
Now that sounds good.
Someone said they loved the fresh salsa. I was never given salsa. I was given turkey, green beans, mashed potatoes, and most of it was not good.
Are you closed or are you open?
It was not good. And I'm honest, guys. I like.
Cory loves everything.
Yeah,
so
I like a lot of food. I'm not a picky person.
Me either.
But we're gonna stop. You liar. We're gonna stop right here for a second because we're gonna talk about Soren next. So Soren was not always Soren. Soren was not always here. When I started doing research back a while ago, I actually almost bought some stuff that was related to the old attraction that was here. I actually didn't know where this attraction was because it's like I knew where Soren was, and part of me forgot the fact that that Soren had not always been here. And I know the music, and I had always heard about Kitchen Cabaret and all of that, but not really knew exactly where Kitchen Cabaret was. And it was right here, guys. That song that gets stuck in your head, that you can't get rid of it. Veggie, veggie, fruit, fruit. Veggie, fruit, fruit.
Don't know it.
You don't even know the song.
Dude, again, when did it come into play?
Mike Wheeler, thank you for the $4.99 super chat that says, thanks for doing this on Epcot's birthday. Tell Steve I sent him a text message on some facts.
I got it. We will get to that when we get to that portion.
And John Morgan with a $5 super chat. Did everyone know Cory starts as a tour guide on Monday? But they said he has to tame the hair back so it doesn't distract from Epcot. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate that. But yes, guys, the Kitchen Cabaret, it ultimately became Food Rocks before it closed. Do you have that up, Steve? The history of Kitchen Cabaret? I had like a whole little article on it that I lost here because there was some interesting. Wait, here we go. No, that is wrong. That is not the right way to go. The land. Because there's some pretty interesting facts about it. So it was a show, one of Epcot Center's opening day attractions. So on October 1st, 1982, Kitchen Cabaret debuted right here where this entrance is to Soren was actually the entrance to Kitchen Cabaret. And I thought that I had a picture of what that entrance looked like. That's the picture of the stage itself, but I had a picture of the entrance. Maybe look that up, like the Kitchen Cabaret entrance. But anyway, it was an opening day attraction, and it was pretty cool. The music, this was actually pretty cool. The music was written by Scott Hensley, who also wrote some other music, and I can't remember exactly what it was now. Man, I thought I had that in here. But the pre-show area designed to look like an alley with a stage door to a theater. So you would come in and... no, it was like right here, this one. Because there used to be a fountain in here too. Yeah, there it is. So see it back there? That was Kitchen Cabaret. Yeah, look at this. This is perfect, guys. Here you go. So there's Soarin'. And here you go. When you look here, oh man, is it gonna focus? Look right there in the center of the screen back there, which is right beyond this staircase. So there's the staircase right there. And just beyond the staircase there was Kitchen Cabaret. Was tucked right back underneath here where Soarin' is today, which is pretty interesting. And it was a show with audio animatronics that sung, and they sang veggie and fruit songs. But there's a lot of really it does sound like the rest of the pavilion. The show was sponsored by Kraft Foods, and yeah, they had it was all about kind of like eating your veggies and your fruits and all of that, and it just was not a very popular subject or a very popular topic. So it ultimately changed. Kitchen Cabaret closed in January 3rd of 1994 and replaced by Food Rocks, which, it's a little more appealing, right? Sounds better than Kitchen Cabaret about eating your broccoli. And I think the only one that stayed, the only original character was Mr. Dairy Goods. Yep. Mr. Dairy Goods was the original character. Once the original Kitchen Cabaret show, once it was removed, some of the audio animatronic figures were kept for a while in a storage area underneath the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom. Pretty cool that someone knew that, hey, we were keeping these stored here in the Magic Kingdom. The theater that showed Food Rocks, they were both there, and then they were later removed for the Soarin' attraction. So a lot of history here for Kitchen Cabaret, and a lot of you may have, so this may be some of your oldest memories. In Epcot Forever, which was the show that we just had, that we'll never have again, was really good, and they actually used some of the music from not only Kitchen Cabaret, but a lot of the older attractions here that we're talking about tonight. That music was used in that show, which is really cool. And yeah, Soarin's there today. Soarin's awesome. Everyone loves Soarin'. Yeah, to go into detail about that one. You know what Soarin' is, and I know many of you really love it. I know it's a favorite for some, even though my favorite, Spaceship Earth, a lot of people's favorite is Soarin' here. But the food court here, another interesting one. Let's talk about the naming. Turntable RS or whatever it's called. The food court here in the land was an opening day. It was an opening day food service area in Epcot. It was known as Farmers Market. Now that works. We're in the land. Farmers Market's a great name, right? Until, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Until October 25th, guys. October 25th of 93. The counters included the bakery, barbecue, Chinese, picnic fare, sandwiches, ice cream, potato store. The potato store.
The potato store.
And the beverage house. Several desserts and a cheese bread were also available at the Land Grill Room. One memorable feature of the food court, though, was a clock with a rooster that crowed at certain times. On November 9th of 93, the court became known as Sunshine Season Food Fair. Again, a tongue twister. Sunshine Season Food Fair. It makes you wonder kind of where they get the name for the 2020 International Food and Wine Festival of the World of Epcot 1993.
You forgot arts and
there's just so many words in these titles. But yes, it was. And then went through another name change in 2005 when it became Sunshine Season. Sunshine Season. Fruits and vegetables seen grown in the living with the land. We all know that. We know that. But now it's just Sunshine Seasons. So, yeah, you know what actually I'll say about the food quality here, though? There is some good food here at Sunshine Seasons. I like the Mongolian beef that they have here. Is some of the best Chinese food you can get on property. It's delicious. Really, really good.
I can honestly say the only thing I've ever had here was a secret menu item that is secret.
What's that?
There's a secret menu item.
What is the secret menu item?
Pass holders.
What's that?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
Well,
I
share
believe it's
share
a-
it with
is a
everybody.
dessert, and I believe it was a cupcake.
All right, guys. I know I've seen it. I know I've seen it in the chat here multiple times already, but who knows what Living with the Land was originally called? Because it was not Living with the Land. The original boat ride in the pavilion was called what? Before it became Living with the Land. Listen to the Land. There you go. Let's get in line for this, dude. Let's go ahead and ride it. Thank you. Okay, guys, so we might get a little lag here in the... Oh, not the right way. Oh, right here? Nice. Might get a little lag as we walk through this this queue here. All we have to do is start making our loop around the world showcase, and we can make our loop around right after this.
Row 5.
Thank you.
As you board the boat, please lower your head and watch your step.
Why don't we see if we can wait for the next one and get one? Can we wait for the next one and get one? Thank you. All right, guys. So a little bit about what was originally called "Listen to the Land." So it was replaced on December 10th of '93 with "Living with the Land." The ride basically the same as it was before, but a storm scene was added. And it no longer has the folksy song. So, you know, I don't remember that folksy song that used to play in Living with the Land, and it did not have the storm scene. But the interesting thing is that it is an opening day attraction, which is cool. So today we will ride opening day attraction here as we ride Living with the Land, which is a favorite by a lot of people.
It's a very entertaining ride.
It's just relaxing. It's so relaxing. Thank you so much, Bear for the 549 super chat that says "Listen to the Land," opening 1982. Yes, it did. Opening day attraction. Pretty awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Welcome to Living with the Land. As you board the boat.
All right, guys, we're gonna get a little bit of a lag as we make our way through the storm area here until we make the corner into the rainforest. So just hang in there, hit that refresh button, and we'll be right back.
And refrain from flash photography or using video lights until we reach the wilderness. Thank you. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy Living with the Land. Por su seguridad, permanezca sentado con sus manos y brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco y cuida a los pequeñitos. A manera de recordatorio, no tomar fotos con flash. Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness. The richness. Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the flowing mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with some tiny portion of the Earth's surface, what can contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich in productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicine, and other elements essential to our lives. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid land have learned to survive in these harsh conditions, make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun.
Number 82 on the mailbox. 38 years ago.
Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods.
Without the need for chemicals. Here at Epcot, we're learning to reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators like ladybugs and wasps to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals.
Tomorrow's growing gaps for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land. Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. Accounts for nearly half of all the food. It's about vast and catfish like the ones you see here, are 3 of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to reduce carbon. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are 3 of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce powerful harvests and still protect natural resources. Make up our everyday diet. The common grains grown here, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yield of these foods is an important goal of research around the world. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. Like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 20. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests, like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses and restaurants here at the land every year. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses and restaurants here at the land every year. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment.
Which direction we are going?
Only then will we truly be living with the land.
Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing?
I like it. Keep going.
I'm just creeping Steve out, guys. I haven't done that in a long time, and every time we come back in this dark tunnel, all I can think of is Willy Wonka. We're on that boat, and it's about to get crazy.
Farmers and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality
But
of
the
food
rowers
that
keep on
we all
rowing,
rely upon.
and they're certainly not showing any sign that they are slowing.
I mean, you brought up Willy Wonka. Pure imagination would be a great. You owe us a singing stream.
The singing stream's gonna happen.
On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratory. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the behind the scenes walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratory. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop.
We just stopped.
Tyler says Corey's finally given in to the madness. Bumper boats. I'm thinking of the dad. What kind of boat ride is this, Wonka? And remember, Veruca, she wanted one of the boats.
Yes, she did.
I do not want a boat like that, Daddy.
She's the one that ate the purple. She grew into the purple thing, right? No, she's the one with the hat.
Oh yeah,
Fancy
yeah.
hat. The one that.
No,
her
you're
dad had
talking
the
about
factory.
Violet. You're turning Violet,
Yeah,
Violet.
Her dad had the factory.
Yeah.
And he sold or had all his workers living in candy bars.
He's like, Veruca, sweetheart, I'm doing everything I can. The whole bloody factory's eating the chocolate bars.
Dude, you really get into the character, your eyes and everything.
I told you, I love Willy Wonka.
Oh, it's a great movie. Great movie. The original.
It breaks my heart, Henrietta. I got the whole bloody factory working overtime to get her that golden ticket.
Please gather all your personal belongings. Lower your head and watch your steps as you exit. As you board the boat, please lower your head and watch your steps. For your safety, remain standing.
She was a bad egg. That's right, Karen. Have a great night. That's right, Karen. She was a bad egg. She wanted a golden goose to lay gold eggs for Easter.
For Easter. You can't just point that thing at somebody's face when they're not ready. You gotta put on my face first.
All right, guys, we are gonna head out of the land. Hope you enjoyed the ride on Living with the Land. Again, an opening day attraction here in Epcot. 38 years old. 38-year-old attraction right there.
I was just barely born.
How about Soarin'? I'd love to ride Soarin'. Unfortunately, you can't stream Soarin'.
We could, but nobody would see it.
Well,
because it would get confiscated.
No, I could connect back over to the other one. I see some people stream, but you're not supposed to. Like, they don't want you to hold stuff in your hands while you're on the ride. I mean, you can hold it. You can.
I strap my GoPro to my chest and film it.
Well, you could probably get away with that.
I made that up. I just hold the camera. So we have a fun fact from Mike Wheeler here.
Mike Wheeler coming in with the fun facts. Go ahead.
About these mosaic tiles.
Ooh. Mike Wheeler with the mosaic tile fun fact.
And Mike says that the mosaics that flank the entrance to the land was done by the same couple that did the mosaics in Cinderella's castle when it was designed. It was over-designed, and that's why the tiles go into the ground. Both sides are identical, except for one piece of tile as a signature to each of the people that did it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So one day we need to find the two tiles that are different.
Oof.
One on each side.
Good luck with that.
Those are little tiles, if you can see.
They're very little tiles. I'll let you do that one.
I'll do it for you, Mr.
Cory, what's your favorite Epcot ride ever? It is Spaceship Earth. That's the easy one for me. Spaceship Earth. All right, let's do it, Steve. Let's go make our loop around the World Showcase. We gotta get going.
Hi again.
Hey, good to see you guys again. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
So this came from Richie?
Yes.
Richie Cunningham?
No.
Guys from our
Richie Johns.
A good friend, Richie Johns, sent this picture, which is a concept artwork of what it could have looked like here in Epcot with the People Mover. So we were talking about People Mover going through the Innovations buildings, what originally was Communicore. There is a concept artwork of what it could have looked like with the People Mover going through. I gotta say, I am not opposed to that. That would have been awesome.
Looks cool.
Well, you know, there's something special about that. The addition of a Wedway People Mover to Epcot, there's a special meaning behind that, because part of Walt's original plan of this to be this city of tomorrow was to have this, you know, you guys have seen the videos of Walt talking about it, was that there would be this central hub, that right here we would have this giant 30-story hotel, which would be awesome. And then it would be the city center, and all the spokes leading to the city center would be Wedway People Movers. So you would have had all of these Wedway People Movers coming from the center of the city and going out, and then you would have the monorail, which would bring people to and from the city, which is cool. The idea, could you imagine all of those different People Movers going out, like to get to your house, you jump on a People Mover and then just take it out to your house? It's so awesome. I love it. It would have been cool to have a Wedway People Mover here in Epcot, just for the fact that it was part of Walt's original plan. That would have made it nice.
It's crazy that his vision was a real city that people could have stayed, lived, whatever he wanted to call it.
CH, thank you so much for that $10 super chat that says yeehaw Bob, yeehaw Bob, yeehaw Bob. Thank you, CH, for that. I appreciate that. And yes, yeehaw Bob. That's all we can say. We love Bob, and I was actually just talking to Bob last night, and I gotta say, my words to Bob were, yeehaw Bob has not seen his end yet. You know, we know Bob as Bob Jackson. Everyone knows Bob as yeehaw Bob. Guys, if you haven't seen the sit down that we did with Bob, go and watch that. It was so much fun. Moderators, you can drop the link in here, guys. Go bookmark that and watch it later on. Bob, in extreme talent, extreme talent, and a man that's had a career, an amazing career, a lifetime of music. He's a musical genius. This guy's a classically trained musician, songwriter, and just one of the most energetic performers I've ever seen, and especially for someone of his age. But Bob is he's amazing, and it's really sad, the idea of him not being at Riverside, Port Orleans Riverside anymore. But I think Bob will be back, guys, and if he's not back here in Walt Disney World, Bob will be somewhere. You won't be able to keep that man down. No. And so again, last night gave him as encouraging words as I could. It was obvious that he's bummed, and it's, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you think about 24 years, guys, he was going on doing that in that position. We talked about it in that interview, and he's incredible. So all the support for Bob, and guys, the best way to support him now, if you're big fans of Bob and you have and you know you have the ability to help out, you can go over and buy some of his albums. Go over to his website, Yeehaw Bob Jackson, or Bob Jackson Music. I forget the actual URL right now, but go buy some of his original albums. He has some incredible albums. He writes music like I don't know, I kind of consider this, it's like this mix of like classical, new age, contemporary jazz type of piano. A lot of really cool stuff, and go support him. Go buy a CD from Bob. You can even go donate to him on his PayPal channel, just if you want to say hi. And on Sundays, he's been doing live streams every Sunday on Facebook, and as of right now, he says he's going to continue to do those. Ever since that we got to talk to Bob, meet with him, and spend some time, he's kept in communication with me, which is really cool. And I've helped him out on his stream stuff. Seems like I'm the go-to guy with stream questions for Bob, and he's just a super nice guy. And I'm really happy to call him my friend, and I know that he will do well, even if he doesn't make it back to Disney. If he doesn't make it back to Disney, it's Disney's loss. He'll find a spot where he can entertain people, and hopefully we can all go enjoy it again sometime in the near future. But yes, guys, if you haven't, go watch that interview later on. It's a lot of fun. Bob starts the interview with a song about me, which was not expected, and he blows that famous horn right beforehand. So make sure you go check that out.
Sounds of the espresso.
All right, guys, so we have made it into the World Showcase. And in true fashion, as we continue to talk about the history of Epcot here on the 38th anniversary of Epcot, I want to talk a little bit about the Epcot, or the World Showcase Lagoon. This water that you see out here, it's pretty awesome. It's huge. It's part of what makes this such a picturesque area. As you look across the water and you see all these different countries that are all represented here in Epcot. It's all connected by this body of water, which is really cool. But one of the things I wanted to point out, just talking about just fireworks shows, Illuminations, the last full-time, long-running show that we had here, you know, everyone's really pushing and waiting to get fireworks back. Oh, we can't wait till we see fireworks in Walt Disney World again. There's two reasons why we're not seeing fireworks. One of them being that they don't want crowds to gather and watch them at this time. It's part of the social distancing measures that they've put in place. But also, when we're talking about reducing costs within the parks and you know, trying to save money, especially during these times, fireworks is a great way to do that. Illuminations, guys, had over 2,100 mortars. So 2,100 separate fireworks made up that show. And a lot of people believed Illuminations to be a show that didn't have a lot of fireworks. But yes, over 2,100 fireworks, all the lasers, all the effects. That show every night, guys, to put it on right here in Epcot. Every single night, Illuminations, $25,000 to put that show on every night. So when you think about it, It's a lot of money. $25,000 is, and I know there's so many people go, that's nothing for Disney. It's a business, guys, and you got to save money where you can. And $25,000 a night. Very interesting.
For the health and safety of everyone, face coverings must fully cover your nose.
So 11 countries represented. Can you name them all, Steve?
I can.
Go ahead, start fast.
You got Mexico, Norway, China. Do you count Africa?
Nope.
I may get these out of order from here, but then you have Germany, but I get 3. Germany, America, Italy, France, Canada, Britain, Morocco. Did I say Italy?
Yep.
And Italy. Which one did I miss?
You missed Japan.
Japan. That's right. So Canada.
You can't look. You're cheating.
Canada, Great Britain, France.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Where are you guys from?
We're from Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, Charleston. You want to be on stream? No, okay. I love Charleston. It's like one of our favorite cities. It's awesome. So I mention this restaurant all the time. I don't know if you've heard it on the streams, but I always talk about Husk. Husk is unbelievable. Like,
We've got a place called Minero that's
Same chef.
oh really?
And it's Mexican food, but it's
Oh really?
really good.
Yeah, the burger at Husk is amazing. Yeah, if you haven't done it, do it. It's very a basic burger, but it's 2 thin patties, and he smokes the patties in bacon grease. And then it's got fresh pickles, bread and butter pickles, everything house made, just regular American cheese. So good. Like, really, really good. Yeah, it's awesome. There's we love going up to like the Savannah area and stuff, but then we'll always take that couple hours up to Charleston, you know, and it's just beautiful up there. Especially we like to go like early December time frame, you know, Christmas decorations out and stuff. It's awesome. Well, thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great...
Remind us of Margaret.
How old are they?
They're 6 and 3, almost 4.
Yeah, so ours are 6 and 4. So it's a carbon copy here.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know. We can relate. The 4-year-old's turning a little bit crazy on our end. It being the second child. There's something special going on there.
Same here.
Well, it's nice meeting you guys. Thanks for saying hi. Have a good one.
See ya.
Yeah, have a good one.
Sorry. It's easy to go the other way.
I think I accidentally shut off the gimbal there. Sorry about that.
Oh. So going the other way around the countries.
Yeah.
Because that's always the way I walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's Canada, Great Britain, France, Morocco, Japan, America, Italy, Germany, China, Norway, Mexico.
There you go. So Hominy Grill. Yes, the big biscuits, the chicken biscuit with all the gravy on top of it. I know exactly what you're talking about, Michael. So who knows when Grand Fiesta Tour became Grand Fiesta Tour, because it was not Grand Fiesta Tour originally. Do you know?
I can find out.
Do you know, Steve?
I can find out.
Huh?
I'm going to say 2012.
No, what?
I don't know.
Look it up. Yeehaw Bob, 2020, keep Disney great. $2 super chat from Disney at Boiler Up. Thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that. Who knows in the chat, guys, when did Grand Fiesta Tour become Grand Fiesta Tour? I think I know the year. There you go. Yes. April 6th, guys. April 6th, 2007. A lot of people, I think, would tell you that they thought that it was an opening day attraction, but no, it was Rio del Tiempo. Rio del Tiempo was the original El Rio. Yes, El Rio del Tiempo.
Yes.
There you go. But yes, 2007, guys, is when it became Grand Fiesta Tour. So, not an opening day attraction, even the first one, because there were 2 of these countries that were not here on opening day, and one of them was Mexico, and the other was
Norway.
There you go. Steven knows it. He knows it, guys.
Oh, look. You gave me 3 hours. I got here, landed. I had 3 hours for the stream to prepare.
Of the 11 countries represented, yes, the two that were not here were the 2 that are neighboring right here, which is Norway and Mexico.
Love this music.
I do too. Some Coco music. Hey, good to see you again. Look at this. I think I'm wrong, Steve. I think I might have misspoke. It was Mexico was there, and it was Morocco. Was I? Did I have that?
Well,
did I have those backwards?
That is Morocco, because they ran into issues with the government trying to build it. I don't think it was.
So was it Morocco and Norway, and Mexico was original? I thought that Mexico was not on the original park map in 1982.
Let's just make it official.
But I'm sure there's people in the stream here that were here that year. So.
Oh, I was not. You were not born.
Oh yes, it was Morocco. I had it backwards. Sorry, Morocco. Morocco came after.
Because I think the government was...
but it was shortly after. I think by 86 Morocco was here. Look it up. Find out when Morocco was.
Gotcha. Yes, Mr. World.
Look it up, Steve. Come on. Yes, Mexico was here, guys. I misspoke. Sorry about that. It was Morocco. Morocco, Mexico. They both start with an M and both end with an O.
Just a few letters in between. So Morocco was September 7th of 1984.
84, there you go.
Just less than 2 years later. And I believe that was, let me see here.
Shep said he was here.
Shep.
Opening year. He created
Shep
it.
was always here.
Kringla Bakery opened back up.
Yes, it did, on weekends only.
Yep, it was Morocco. We were close, though. You gotta admit, we were close.
We were.
They're even
not geographically.
Yeah, they're not even close to each other in the World Showcase.
Geographically, it's as far away as you can get, but way over there.
Hey Max, good to see you. And yes, the Shep family. Shep, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for being in here tonight.
Hi, Shep.
Shep, who created wind paper and all things. It's good to see you, buddy. Guys, go check out our friend Shep and the Shep family. Shep has been doing daily vlogs.
30 days.
For 30 straight days, he's been doing daily vlogs, and some of them are absolutely hilarious.
He's lasted longer than he did for Vlogmas.
Did he? Well, go check him out. Go check out the Shep family, guys. You will enjoy it.
Oh, I really hope you get some milk tonight.
No, there's no getting anything, Steve. The park's closed. The park is officially closed, and we're just making our circle.
We gotta go from here all the way.
Yeah, we're just
there.
making our circle around the World Showcase.
With no drinks.
But it's beautiful. And you know what, guys? The weather has been fantastic.
Yes.
Over the last few days, starting to cool down, and it actually feels like the beginning of fall here in Florida, which is great. Norway opened in '88.
So a lot of people speculate them adding another country.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen a map to know exactly how many they could add?
Yes.
What is your assumption?
It depends. It depends on how much they. So we talking about this earlier about the size of the park and how much of it is actually visible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like think about how they're building this whole new area in France that you're not really seeing anything more from the front because it's all behind with Ratatouille and everything. So. You could easily. I think that there were plans at one point for at least 4 more.
So if you take the African outpost out,
yeah,
you can at least get 6 in here, if not 7 more countries.
That would be amazing.
And what a lot of people don't realize is how much land is behind all these entrances. All you got to do is have the entrance.
There's a lot of areas that are used right now for staging areas, like the whole nighttime spectacular staging area is right back here. So the land is being utilized for some things, but yes, they could cleverly add some more.
I got a photo earlier from Tim Pruitt, who is always in chat, and he sent me a picture. Said, "This is my daughter. She was wearing some very bright clothing. Wanted me to try to find her, and just go say, how's Tim doing?" You know. But we unfortunately did not see her.
That's funny.
For the health and safety of everyone, face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Dad Bill says, Steve, don't let Cory knock your head off while he's waving his arms around. For those of you that don't know, behind the camera, Cory talks with his hands a lot.
I do talk with my hands a lot, that's right. I think as we walk here through the World Showcase, I think we would be wrong not to talk about Tapestry of Nations. We've heard so much about people talking about having a parade in Epcot and how awesome it would be. Well, it wouldn't be something new. Oh, look at this. We got a spot here to look out at the beautiful World Showcase Lagoon. So how many of you guys remember Tapestry of Nations?
My favorite parade they've ever had.
A little bit about Tapestry of Nations. Was the first parade at Epcot since the short-lived World Showcase Parade. It was created especially for the 15-month Epcot Millennium Celebration, and it was a procession celebrated the human spirit, the 150 performers, and giant puppets, which is really cool seeing the parade going around the World Showcase. Again, something that I just remember in pictures. I vaguely, oh man, I just do not remember it very well.
Oh, it was incredible.
And so I've seen a lot of videos and pictures, and you know, now now that we've been seeing these cavalcades coming through, you know, it's kind of like a little taste of what a parade was or would have been going through the World Showcase. I've always heard a lot of people going, there's no way you could do a parade in the World Showcase, there's not enough room. Well, these cavalcades come through, Mickey and Minnie on a car, a horse and buggy coming through. You can make it happen, and it would be awesome. I would love to see a nighttime parade in Epcot. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be awesome. And you could do like they do on the Seven Seas Lagoon, you could do a parade out here in the water too, the water pageant.
Absolutely. And I mean, the music, guys, Tapestry of Nations. You know, you don't get much better than that. It is amazing. Thank you so much for 1,000 likes, everybody. I appreciate that. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. Also, we're going to talk about something else funny in a minute. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't, and make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Join us here every Thursday night for fun somewhere around Walt Disney World. So, saw Illuminations so many times over the years, and those famous arcing fireworks that come from around the lagoon, that you guys know what I'm talking about. They come from these cannons around the edges of the World Showcase. Now, these cannons did not always have these shields on them, and I remember this was probably back 2-3 years ago. We were I think I was streaming, guys. I think I was streaming. If you guys remember this, let me know. We were over watching from the Fast Pass location over across in Future World. We were really close to one of these cannons, and that firework blew out of there. And when it did, it like blew apart as it was coming out of the cannon, and a chunk about that big flew out and landed right at my feet, and it was smoking. And it just sat there, and a bunch of little pieces hit me and the people that we were with too. And since then,
now you have shields.
There you go, plexiglass shields to help protect from that happening.
You did that. You're responsible for that.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't think anyone watches these streams. That makes the decisions.
The Tapestry of Nations either came out of or entered here through one of the. It was like one of these walls right here. They came in and out of. They didn't go around the entire circle. But they used to have these big drums they would come by on floats with.
You know what? This is kind of an interesting view here, guys. Look, when you come. Oh my gosh, it's getting empty in here, Steve.
That's because the park closed 18 minutes ago.
But look, when you look out here, when you look this way as we go by, looking back into Germany, look how big that building is.
Yeah.
It's kind of an illusion. Again, you look at the front, that's where this giant restaurant is, that is beer garden, that is back here in Germany. The buffet, which is currently not a buffet. Yeah, I was okay. I didn't get hurt or anything. It was just the fact that a piece of firework had like landed at our feet. It's pretty interesting. You never know. Oh man, the music went off. That's eerie. It's golden hour out here, Steve. Looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful. Sunsets at Disney are the best.
Sunsets at Epcot
Yeah.
are awesome.
Get the reflection off the lake.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was during a stream, I believe, is what I was saying. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I hate that the parks close so early, too. I understand it, but I don't have to like it. We did some trivia about the trains before. Do you remember? We did a giveaway and did a trivia about the trains. Stephanie actually found the trivia question. They're still moving right now. One of the most impressive train sets I've seen, and what makes it really impressive is the fact that it's outdoors, you know? Like if it was inside where it was a more controlled environment and stuff, that would be one thing. But the fact that it's out, I know it looks pink out here. You see it, guys? Someone says it looks pink. It is.
Pink out here.
It is like purple haze pink out here. Look at this. Let's see if we look pink. It's very pink.
A little bit pink. A little pinkish. So
love this section of the park. Yeah, it's beautiful back here. A little running water through this stream and stuff. It's
you like
so
these
cool.
trains though, you better love them while you got them, because this, where we were standing, is the rumored new entrance to the next pavilion.
Brazil.
I wasn't gonna say Brazil, but yeah, probably Brazil.
Look at the lit up cars back there. It's so awesome. Yeah, so I see people talking too. We haven't talked about it all because we've just been focused on Epcot. But yes, today is officially opening day 2 of Magic Kingdom.
And therefore Walt Disney World.
49-year anniversary of Magic Kingdom and of Walt Disney World. Next year, guys, next year is the big one. The big 50-year anniversary of Walt Disney World. How awesome. It's going to be amazing.
It's way older than me.
Not by much.
But double digits.
Yeah, we're just walking around, guys, now, just enjoying this beautiful sunset. It's purple, pink sunset. Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome. That is one of the best restaurants in Epcot, in my opinion.
I know you really like.
Dude, it's so good.
Via Napoli.
Have you been there?
Yes. And I'm gonna say that the pizza was good, but I know that there's some people who really like rave about it, and I'm not on that level.
Maybe you had a bad experience.
No, it wasn't really that
the
well.
garlic focaccia bread.
The what?
The garlic focaccia bread.
Okay, guys, this is gonna be the highlight of the stream.
I don't know what it's called.
No, go ahead and say it again. Say it just like you said it. Don't change.
To be fair, I got it from Cory Fiasco.
So. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Wait. You got this from Fiasco.
I did.
And you are you calling it the gospel truth? It is because Cory is not known for pronouncing stuff wrong at all. Cory's always perfect for announcing.
He's pronunciation challenge sometimes.
Oh, Steve said it, not me, Cory. Don't you come after me.
I love Cory.
So what did he call it? It's the garlic what now, Steve?
He said garlic focaccia bread. Well, I don't know what is it called. I thought that's what he told me it was, but it's been like 2 years. So
say it one more time. We got to make sure we have plenty of sound clips to use after the stream. It's over.
I can't do it. You make me laugh. What's it called?
Focaccia bread?
Focaccia? Yeah. Nobody ever says that.
It's even pronounced a little bit different than that. People pronounce it different ways, but you're talking about focaccia.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. It is. I may not be saying it exactly right, but it's a lot closer than focaccia.
I didn't say there's no R in there. I'm not zip.
You said focaccia. That is why we love Fiasco, Jennifer says. It's part of the charm, right?
Let's see here.
Focaccia.
It's not even close. It's focaccia.
Yeah, but I
Focaccia.
Focaccia?
Yeah, there's no T's in it, but it's pronounced focaccia.
Yeah, see, I know I may not be saying it exactly right, but it's an Italian word. These Italian words, I gotta say, sometimes are a little, but it's not. It's not for. What did you say?
Phonetically sounding, it says focaccia.
No, it's.
Look,
it says focaccia.
That's how you spell it, and pronounced like you see it, focaccia.
Faux.
Now look, right here's the pronunciation right there. Focaccia.
No, focaccia.
Look.
Focaccia.
Whatever that says right there.
Focaccia.
There's no R in it.
It's a focaccia. Focaccia.
We'll go with that. See, so you're not anywhere closer than I was. Maybe a little closer.
Oh, definitely closer.
I swear, it's been like...
No, not focaccia. It's faux.
Is Donna trying to tell us what it's called?
Focaccia. Focaccia.
There's no R in the Italian pronunciation on this, and there's no R
I think
in the
I was
word.
pretty close. I know, but the R, it just, I didn't say, I said faux.
You said fro.
No, faux.
Faux.
Focaccia.
There's evidence. I can go back and watch.
Fro.
See, you just did it again.
Why do I keep saying fro?
I don't know.
See, but it's still closer than frashasha or whatever you were saying. Frashasha. Oh man!
I should have said garlic bread.
Hey, I know how to say. Well, okay. What is the stuff that you get? It's like a little piece of toast that has like tomato and stuff on it.
And basil.
Yep.
You want to spell it on this so I can see what you're.
No, I want you to tell me what you think it is.
I don't know what.
It starts with a B.
B. Bruschetta.
Say it again.
Bruschetta.
Close.
It's
properly.
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Oh, schetta.
I always called it the other way, like you did. But then I had someone teach me the proper way, and now I really impress the server when I say, I will have the bruschetta.
You just want to say it like that.
I will have the bruschetta.
We should just pronounce words from each country.
No, that will go very bad, and we will offend a lot of people. We're not going to do that.
All Italians, apparently.
Offended all the Italians. No, you only offended one person, and that's Mr. Cory. Mr. Cory Fiasco. He's coming after you now.
Mr. Fiasco, I made him proud.
Thank you so much to Sharon for the $4.99 super chat that says, hi, Cory. You are a family favorite, and we love spending Thursday nights with you. Please say hello to my husband, Rick, and our kids, Haley, Aiden, and Zach. Haley, Aiden, and Zach, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the stream. And thank you, Sharon, for that $4.99 super chat. We appreciate that. And I got Disney Up Boiler Up earlier. CH, got your super chats. That sit down over lockdown was great. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And listen to Land. Thank you guys all so much for the super chats. I really appreciate it. They were doing this on Epcot's birthday. I think I got all the super chats. Were there any that I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think I got all the
also
super
not
chats,
at
guys.
my Mission Control Center that I'll be able to tell.
I think I've made a position.
All right, guys, we'll keep moving.
Ooh, let's see some Japanese food. Sushi.
Sushi, that one's easy.
Yeah, but I know that one.
Sashimi?
Sounds made up.
Oh. What do they cook up there? On the big flat top grills?
Hibachi. I don't know what you're wanting me to say.
Me too. That's what I wanted you to say.
Hibachi?
Yeah, you got it.
You know what hibachi was?
Cory sounds like Dracula. Bruschetta.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it does sound like Dracula. Man, my Italian pronunciations just sound like a vampire. We can't ride Test Track, unfortunately. The park's closed.
Half hour ago.
Yeah, half hour ago. We're just making our loop out of here.
I wonder how many loops we can make before they throw us out.
there is so much time spent in post after the park closes, like just getting everything done. You can see it's like it takes a while for them to move stuff around, get everything shut down and ready for the next day. Dracula. Look at this, guys. Look at this sky and look at Morocco. Morocco's always so beautiful, and against this sky, it looks amazing. Cory, the Italian vampire. You made my night with your pronunciation of the focaccia.
Focaccia?
Focaccia. Give me some of that focaccia.
So basically, I had the exact
Basically,
hold on.
you were opposite.
No, I had the exact same pronunciation, except I had a long A. Instead of focaccia, I said focaccia.
You didn't even say focaccia. You just said.
I did say focaccia.
You just said focaccia.
Focaccia. Focaccia. I put a long A and said, so I'm not that far off. It was a long A instead of a.
The best part about it all is that you think you called it good because Cory said it, so that it's good enough for me.
It was 3 years ago. He might not have said that. I don't remember.
You'll find out. You get a message from him soon.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So beyond these trees, guys, so we want to talk about the future of Epcot. Hopefully soon, very soon, we will hear a date on Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and the entrance around the corner here, we've seen that multiple times, but the show building actually expands back behind these trees all the way over to about here. It's massive, a massive show building, and really, really looking forward to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. It's gonna be so much fun. And this restaurant just reopened, or either they just announced the reopening for it, which is cool. I've never eaten here. Another one of those never eaten at restaurants before, and looking forward to it at some point.
This place has the best creme brulee I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Yes.
Steph loves creme brulee.
It is incredible. I've had a lot of it. I have my own kit to make it. It has been the best I've ever had.
Oh, thank you, John. Something I was going to talk about as we made it over here. The second entrance into Epcot opened on January 1990, the International Gateway near the France Pavilion. I was going to talk about that as we made our way around here. So there you go. 1990 is when the International Gateway opened, opening up a second entrance and exit. Yes, I just don't know if we can capture that on camera. It looks amazing over here though, guys. Look at this. Look how beautiful this pavilion looks at night. Look at this. And look at this view over here. See if we can zoom in and get this view of the sunset and the color. It looks so washed out on camera here, but it is so beautiful over there right now with the Skyliners going by. Isn't that beautiful? So awesome. It's beautiful. This whole area right now is just unbelievable. And look at the Ratatouille sign lit up. Let's go over here for 1 second. Think about how busy this pathway is going to be. Yes. The area where no one comes, that eventually will be packed with people coming back to ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Pretty cool. I'm excited for the crepe restaurant because I like crepes. Yeah, that beautiful sky, and then looking back over Skyliners. Beautiful night here in Epcot. Beautiful night here in Epcot, Steven.
Very beautiful. And we pretty much have it all to ourselves.
It's
Except
awesome.
for those people, and those people.
Yeah, don't look at those people.
Don't look at them. You don't see them. You do not see these people.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Everybody just go eat some garlic focaccia bread and you'll be all right. Focaccia. Oh, I should have said focaccia. That would have been closer.
I don't know. It's funny though. Love me some crepes. Yes. Savory crepes, sweet crepes, all the crepes.
Cotton candy grapes?
You said grapes.
What'd you say?
I said crepes. Oh. Steve's like cotton candy grapes. We get those from Publix. The girls love them.
Those are fantastic. Do you want to explain what a crepe actually is? You, from your mouth, not me.
For what a crepe is? It's basically like a thin pancake filled with something rolled up. I mean, a very traditional crepe is, well, I think probably one of the most common that I've seen has been Nutella or Nutella.
Which one?
I don't know. I say I'm second guessing everything I say now.
Just pronounce things multiple ways.
It's my fault. But yeah, Nutella and like banana or strawberries. Some fruit with Nutella is kind of the.
So those are the good ones. The ones I don't like are the ones that have the ricotta cheese or the cream cheese in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love ricotta cheese. We got a place near us that does like savory crepes. I love this music. And just
what's up, Dean?
Nutella. Shrimp crepes.
Bumblebee tuna?
Ricotta.
If you put a "t" on the end of it, it doesn't make it.
Yeah, so Sean tells me that it's not ricotta, it is ricotta.
A silent?
That's what he tells me. Isn't that what you told me, Sean? Sean tried to tell me that it's pronounced ricotta. Is there anyone in the stream that agrees with that?
Look, I started typing ricotta and look what came up. Ricotta? Focaccia.
Focaccia. Is there anyone else in the stream that agrees with ricotta? Am I saying it right, Sean? Tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, it has the A in Italian, according to this little pronunciation on Wikipedia, which is never wrong.
Wikipedia is never wrong.
It's written by people like you and me.
Oh, sorry, not ricotta, ragat. Yeah, see, Wendy says ragat.
Well, it's R-I-K backwards C-T-T-A is how you pronounce it in Italian.
Yeah, I know, but people
means.
say it sounds like that it's pronounced ragat.
Oh, so it is an Italian whey cheese made from sheep, cow, goat, or Italian water buffalo milk whey that's left over from the production of other cheeses. So it's like cottage cheese.
It's the hot dog of cheese.
It's the spoiled milk. Whatever you just said, ragat.
Ragat is
the leftovers.
Ragat is the Vienna sausages of cheese.
It's the fish sticks of cheese. Don't eat it.
I like ragat. Or rigot. Ragat. It's all very confusing.
It's cheese.
It's cheese.
I kind of wanted like a Brazilian cheese bread and a frozen apple cider today, or whatever it's called.
You
frozen
lose.
Apple pie.
Yes. So Sean says rose and crown. So you know what? It's not spoiled. It's fermented. Paul, thank you for the $5 super chat that says. Let's see. Paul says, "Girls, please, you both talk good."
Yes.
Paul, thanks for the super chat, Paul. You know, I was looking up trying to find out what menu items can you get here in Epcot today at restaurants that are still here that were here on opening day. And the only thing that I could come up with from all of my research of 15 minutes was that the fish and chips at Rose and Crown. Rose and Crown was an opening day restaurant here in 1982 with the park, and that they had fish and chips on the menu. So in theory, even if it's not the same recipe that was used in 1982, fish and chips at Rose and Crown are an original Epcot opening day menu item. Cory, can you tell my mom how to pronounce jambalaya? I'm probably not saying it quite right because the Creole words really confuse me. You can go meet people in New Orleans and they all pronounce New Orleans differently.
New Orleans?
There's Nolans, there's New Orleans, New Orleans.
That's how
New
I say it.
Orleans.
New
Like
Orleans.
I've heard people who live in New Orleans pronounce it multiple ways. So yeah, those words really confuse me. But I would say jambalaya. Very strange word. Jambalaya. Isn't it funny when if I try to sound more like American, the voice that the accent that I use is jambalaya.
What was that?
Jambalaya.
That does not fit your... No. Don't do that again.
Jambalaya. That's it. Nolans.
Nolans.
It's never Nolans. See? Everyone's different. I'm going to go with Harry Connick Jr. I'm going to go with what he said.
Nolans.
He says it's... Oh, how did he say it? New Orleans.
Together.
No, it's not that way. I forget. I'm going to butcher it if I keep trying. It sounded the most right.
New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. Nope. It's that city in Louisiana.
Announcer guy Cory. Tonight we have jambalaya. It's spicy.
It's spicy.
Oh wow! So they're gonna try and get me with the ham.
What, the ham?
Oh, I want you to say it first.
Wait a minute, I'll find it. Hang on.
I would say most commonly, probably pronounced wrong, it's prosciutto.
It's prosciutto. Yes.
Prosciutto.
Yes.
See, that's how I would pronounce it. Prosciutto.
That is how the chef at Fogo de Chao pronounced it to me. Was prosciutto. and he's got to know what he's talking about.
He's got to know what he's thought about. Prosciutto. Prosciutto? No.
He told me it was prosciutto, but that...
Prosciutta. No O. No O.
What, are all the O's silent?
So prosciutto? Oh, it was just...
Maybe he was telling me...
Regat, prosciutto. Like everything just ends at the T.
Maybe he was younger and was saying yo at the end of it, like prosciutto.
Melissa says, OMG, Nola girl here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Like I was saying, we spent time in New Orleans and locals pronounce it differently from each other. So who knows? Tomato. Oh, I don't know if you guys how many of you were around during the infamous macaroon versus macaron discussion.
There is a difference.
Oh, there is. They're very different.
One has coconut and the other one does not.
That is true. That is true. I was educated.
How were you saying them all?
I thought that macaroons were those. I think that the little things, little sandwiches that are different colors.
Yep.
That people commonly refer to those as macaroons.
No.
But they're not.
Macaroon has coconut.
But I think that is a very common mistake. I think people when they see those, they pronounce them macaroons.
No. A macaron has what you're talking about. They're made.
I know macaroons are the little puff coconut things. But listen,
yes,
I know that now. But I still gonna still say that I think there's a lot of people who look at those and say that's a macaroon.
Could be.
Even though it may be wrong. I'm not saying that it's not wrong. I'm just saying, let's go this way. I'm just saying that I think that that's very common. What did we learn on Cory's stream tonight? A little bit of history about Epcot and how to pronounce everything wrong.
Yeah, macarons are the hardest cookie to try to make.
Yes, Cory, many people say that. Yeah, I think so. I think that it's I know it's totally wrong. I'm just saying that, you know. Wait, Caesar versus Geezer?
What?
Don't get me confused on that now. If I go to a restaurant and order a geezer salad.
Oh my gosh.
Donna says 1-0. Coconut macaroons equals 2 O's.
Macaroon, that's coconut.
All right. It's been a good discussion, guys. Thanks.
I'm hungry.
Thanks for all the oh, let's look at this. Oh yeah, we got to get this shot. Look at how awesome. What do you think, guys? Beautiful shot. Who's my friend? It's Steve from Steve's World. Go check him out, guys. If you're not subscribed to Steve, go check out Steve's channel. Steve has a fantastic channel. He helps us out so much here on this channel, and so happy to have him joining us here tonight. It does look like a candy corn. That's awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. But yeah, Steve, guys, go check out Steve's World.
Yeah, just say that you're not an easy boss to work for.
Someone said tonight is a harvest moon, but it's very...
It was yesterday.
So Steve's in town, guys, and Steve has never seen a rocket launch here in Central Florida. You know, you can see him in a lot of Central Florida. And right now, very rare occurrence. Right now, there are actually 3 rockets out on 3 separate launch pads over on the East Coast in Cape Canaveral. You've got 2 SpaceX rockets and 1 ULA Heavy rocket all ready to take off. There's been multiple scrubs, which is now forced these to all be kind of like stacked up there. But three separate rockets all on 3 separate pads ready to take off. So hopefully, yes, while Steve's here for the next few days, he finally gets the opportunity to see a rocket.
I watched them all on TV, on YouTube, whatever, but I've never seen one live.
Dad's here.
Dad?
Resort TV 1.
Dad?
Oh wait, yeah, there's that harvest moon. Look at that. Man, it's hard. The camera's not going to pick it up good, guys, but look at that moon over there. That is beautiful. Man, I wish. Let me see if I just turn the exposure way down. Let's see how good we can make out the moon itself. There we go. I mean, that's about as much as you're going to get of it. It's hard because it's way over there, but it's beautiful. It is a beautiful moon tonight.
I never knew why they called the harvest moon, but I do now.
Shine on, harvest moon.
I'm not dancing if that's what you're asking for.
Who knows what that's from? Did that like was that nostalgic to anyone? Did anyone like trigger a memory?
So in Indiana, there's a Harvest Moon Festival that used to have a race with it, like a race car race, and it was always held on the last day of September.
So good to see Dad Resort TV1 here.
Yes.
That's awesome. Good to see you. And
That's
guys,
amazing.
Dad is, he's Dad. Dad of Josh and Jenna of Resort TV1. And they will be live tomorrow night. Another amazing part of our community, great friends of ours, Resort TV1. They'll be live tomorrow night. So make sure that you don't miss Resort TV1. It's going to be a great stream. To be honest, I don't know where they're going to be this week. Because I have not been told, but I'm sure. Oh, do you know? Oh yeah, you do know. I forgot. I meant to ask you. So it's going to be an awesome stream. Make sure that you go and subscribe to our friends Resort TV1 if you're not already. There you go. Shine on Harvest Moon, 1944.
Neil Young.
What?
Neil Young. I know somebody put Neil Young in the chat. I was asking if that's what it was.
I don't know. I was thinking of the musical, the cartoon, the Harvest Moon one. I used to watch that. I remember that. Used to come on TV at certain times of the year.
Also purple.
Shine on Harvest Moon. It's a popular early 90s song. Credit to Mary Team Normandy's Giant Norworth. This year's moon release. Yeah, see, I was thinking of there's the cartoon. Resort TV1 will be live tomorrow night from, Archon says. Richie!
They have 4 tomorrow, I think.
Richie, you do not want to get on Jenna's bad side.
Cory's there and he's not liking it too much.
I'm doing good,
Great
Alyssa.
ear scandal
Good
of
to see you.
2020.
The ear scandal. There was no scandal. Harvest Moon was a great video game too. Really. Let's adjust this down. No clues this week, guys. No clues. Have a great night.
I give a clue.
No, you're not allowed.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
They're going to be somewhere in Florida.
That's just like cheating. I've had a good time tonight. This was fun going around just reminiscing of the history of Epcot.
Yes.
Epcot has changed a lot over the years.
But we're both like Disney nerds, so this kind of stuff interests us.
Don't you wish, though, that you could just push a button and go back to points in time and just experience it the way it was then?
You can. It's
I have
called the
never
play
exited
button.
this way. Around this side.
Let's do it.
Look at this, guys. Never exited over here before. But wouldn't that be cool to be able to go back and just experience it the way it was?
My first time ever coming to Disney World, this was the first park I ever came to. It was the Millennial Celebration. I was here for New Year's Eve between 1999 and 2000. And that thing had the Mickey wand, the Sorcerer Mickey wand, and it said 2000 across the top of it.
That was pretty epic. It was so big.
Yep. That was my first ever trip to Disney World.
And there's so much more history, guys. I know we just scratched the surface on some of the you know, topics, like little discussion points of some of the different past attractions here, but there's so much history. You know, I really wanted tonight to be joined by our good buddy Mickey Views, Braden from Mickey Views, but he isn't able to make it tonight. So sometime we'll be back here again with Braden, and Braden will explode your brain with
that dude knows everything.
He will explode your brain with knowledge. You know, all of those dates that I was looking back at a document for, Braden just spit them off, and he'll tell you. He knows. The guy is Epcot genius. There's Josh at Resort TV1. Welcome, buddy. We were just talking about you. Dad was here, and we were talking about you and talking about your stream tomorrow night, which Steve said he was going to give a clue for, and I told him he wasn't allowed to because he doesn't want to get on Jenna's bad side. But good to see you, Josh. Oh man, do you want to sit here and listen to this music? There's nothing better than this.
You just soak in how privileged we are right now just to be able to experience something like this.
Yeah.
For the health and safety of everyone, face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth and be worn at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Wash your hands often.
So beautiful.
And thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain.
All right, guys.
Distance.
Well,
Thank you
it's
for
been
your
a
cooperation.
it's been a fantastic night. We've had so. Oh no, you're fine. Thank you. It's been a fantastic night. Had so much fun. So much fun. And I hope you learned a little bit about Epcot, that maybe something you didn't know before. Again, I don't know everything. There's so much to know, and I know Josh knows a lot about the history of Epcot as well. But just kind of walking around thinking about, like, it's cool to stand in a location and imagine what was there and how it's different today. Pretty awesome, and no better day to do it than today, October 1st, 2020. Think about that too, guys. 1982, 38 years ago today, Epcot opened for the first time. And think about like the significance of the, think about some of the exhibits and the idea of what some of this was to kind of, you know, to be this experimental, you know, technologies of the future and of tomorrow. And think about with the giant computer room that was here, and all of that, everything that made up the technology piece. Think about what that technology actually was and what it entailed. And here we are in 2020, guys. 2020. I can honestly say that in 1982, the ride system that made up Spaceship Earth here, the computers that it probably took to be able to function the ride system in Spaceship Earth probably had less power than what we have in our phones now, which is insane to think about.
Yes.
In a short 38 years, how much things have changed. It's really insane to think about. And not to mention Horizon's the best ride ever made. You missed the Horizon segment, Josh. We talked about Horizons, and yes, Horizons, great ride, and beloved by all, but especially Josh. What is the saying with America?
Salute to all nations, but mostly America.
Yeah. Everyone loved Horizons, but mostly Josh.
Yes.
Something like that. Wow, I didn't know that, Josh. Josh says when the ride first opened, Spaceship Earth, that the cast members had to manually turn the vehicles at the top of the ride.
Wow.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Yeah, pretty crazy. Anyway, what a fantastic night, guys. I really appreciate you coming along. It's been so much fun. And happy birthday, Epcot. 38 years. Happy birthday, Magic Kingdom. 49 years. And happy birthday, Walt Disney World. Pretty crazy.
49 years of Walt Disney World.
49 years. Next year will be the 50th anniversary. Oh man, I hope there's some fun stuff.
Oh, there's gonna be
some fun stuff. 50th anniversary next year. I was excited for the D23 Expo, how it would be leading up right to the anniversary, but we know that's not happening until 2022.
But at that one, we will get details for the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company.
There you go. Fun times, guys. Go check out Steve. Go subscribe to Steve's World. Fantastic channel. And make sure if you haven't here, you've already subscribed and hit the notification bell and smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. And we got a super chat here. The Real Tarth, thank you so much. It says, Cory, thank you so much for bringing us happiness to everyone around the world. And thank you so much for the streams. $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for that so much. And it actually reminds me, because I'm actually really bad about missing like a PayPal right at the end of the stream. Let me just make sure that I have cleared all the notifications. And I haven't. See, this is why we check things, because I end up missing it if I don't. Thank you so much to Merrick. Thank you, Merrick, for the $50 PayPal. So much. I really appreciate that. Very, very generous. $50 PayPal. Thank you so much, Merrick, and I really, really, really appreciate that support so much. And thank you guys. Thank you for an awesome night from Epcot. Almost don't want to talk right after the ending of that. But usually we would have the monorail coming through and all stuff. The longest goodbye ever. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. And there's that guy. It's been a fun night. And make sure, tomorrow, 4 p.m., Josh? Let everyone know in the stream. I think it's 4 p.m. Been doing a little bit earlier. Sometime around 4 or 5 or so, Resort TV 1 will be live. Make sure that you do not miss Friday Night Live with Resort TV 1. It's going to be fantastic. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. We'll see you next time. Come on. You coming? Well, I can't stay. They're not going to let me. You jumping?